Mad Dash. So, last session, the group annihilated the poor, defenseless cadaver collector in literally 2 rounds. They then made a mad dash for the exit, but stopped off at the Squeaky Hinge Inn for a quick short rest. After that, they sent Anime over the wall to investigate the next area, and she was promptly snatched out of the sky by some vines. With that, the group made their way into the inner courtyard, where they saw the pyramid with eyes at the top of the Wizard's Tower. They also saw the Wizard's Tower there. And as the group started making their way forward, with everyone, I believe, but Smith and Albina, the group was ambushed by some earth motes that were sitting in wait in the courtyard. And as soon as they attacked, the gargoyles that were flanking the entrance to the Necromancer's Tower both took flight and started going after the group. The group was able to kill I believe at least one of the gargoyles. I don't know if they both were killed. And at least one or two of the, I think one or two of the earth motes, but being that they pop underground and they burrow around, definitely was a little bit of a tricky fight. So the group decided it would be best just to rush into the Necromancer's Tower. So Zash made his way over there, got the door open as the group made a mad dash. As they were doing this, Iluna had gone back and had sent Anime with her 2 companion orbs to head back to and find Aston Patz's house and to stay there until they were able to make it back because of the unknown dangers that would be posed in the tower itself. And then as the group was making their way into the tower, that is when Nylor stepped on a rug that Cephtus was just enamored with, causing the glyph of warding that was built into it to activate, detonating the carpet into a massive fireball. So that is oh yes, and then Nylor also went and opened up the hatch that was on the floor to reveal there was a ladder leading down to an area that had some loose dirt and gravel on the ground.
What? Stone floor cellar. Or dirt, gravel.
Yeah, a dimly lit cellar. Yep. So that is where we're going to pick up. You guys are in this. You guys are in this room. Let me give you a brief description of the room once again. So as you look around the room, there is a wooden staircase that is going up. On the east side of it, you see there is a cold fireplace that has some ash from a long dead fire in there. On the west side, you see the hatch that Nylor was looking down. The rug is no longer there. It is bits and pieces burnt to a crisp, as well as some of the books on the bookcases directly to the left of the entrance are also singed, as well as the table and chair have been sort of upended.
I have 2 questions.
I have 2 answers.
It's all black.
I have 3 questions.
Oh, wait. Are you guys not seeing the...
Yeah, that was question number 1.
I see.
Is black.
I see our tokens.
Number 2, can you hear me any better?
I have you turned up to 200%, and I can hear you okay. Can you guys see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I don't like the...
3,
yes.
Is my aura vitality still going off?
Yes, it is. I believe you have that for 10 minutes, or is it a minute? I believe it's...
Is it concentration?
Yeah, it's concentration.
It is concentration. It's a minute.
Do you have
yeah, you would have. So why don't you go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw?
19.
Okay. Yeah, you were able to maintain it, but I'm going to say that you probably have like a good 30 seconds before it pops.
Can I use that to heal everyone out? Are we out of initiative?
Yeah, there is no initiative at the moment.
How does that work if I could use it on each of my actions to heal somebody?
So being that you still have 30 seconds before it can go, that is going to be the equivalent of 5 rounds. So you would have access to, you can use a bonus action. I don't like that spell anymore. I don't like that spell as much as I hate healing spirit. Yeah, for now I'm going to say yes. You are. I'm going to say since I did explicitly say that you have 30 seconds. Initiative technically is just a construct of mechanics. So 5 rounds, which means you can split those 5 sets of hit points up however you want to heal.
Okay. And I think all my HP totals that I have from the last time we played is correct. Okay. So I'm just gonna say who I want to heal. So I'll heal Zash, myself, Iggy, Smith, and then myself again.
Okay. So go ahead and heal yourself first.
So 2 rolls of that, right?
Yep.
So that's 4d6.
Oh my god.
So that's 7.
Okay.
2 ones. That hurts.
Okay. Zash will be next. 6.
Okay.
Iggy will be next. 5.
Ooh.
And then Smith. 4.
Okay. So Smith is at 27. All right, let me just double check, make sure everybody else.
Wait, what's up?
Your hit points.
I got healed for 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Zash, what are you at?
41.
And what did I heal Iggy for?
5.
He's
Okay,
at
so
10.
He's at 10. Okay, cool.
On this map. Oh, never mind. The staircase is at the top and the fireplace is to the right.
Yep, this is the staircase. This is the fireplace. So yeah,
And
like I said,
the rug is no longer. It's all burnt up.
Rug is gone. Yeah, rug don't exist no
Destroy
more.
Can I check for additional traps?
I would like to do the same.
Sure. So what specifically would you like to do in that, or are you
Well,
casting a spell?
Let me ask. Did I see the sigil?
Yes,
before it exploded?
I will say anyone that was in there during the explosion, the moment, basically the moment Nylor stepped onto the rug, you saw in that diamond in the center almost this it was quick, but it was as if the rug was getting scorched in a pattern that was I don't know if it's gonna show up, that symbol.
Okay.
So that basically etched into the carpet and then boom. And it was, within a second, but you definitely saw that symbol.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna look for additional symbols.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check for that. And for Smith, what are you looking to do?
Same thing, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me investigation checks.
18 total.
Okay, Smithers. Ooh.
So
So I'm gonna say, so Smith, you are, you're looking around here. I think just like, I think it has to do something with, the ingenuity of somebody tying a fireball to a physical object to have it go off that you're just like, most of your focus is checking out the area where this rug was. It's that moment when you find someone who has the same appreciation for literally the best spell in the world. Zash, you spend a little bit more time, scouring the area, checking the fireplace, the bookcase, stuff like that. But you are not able to find anything, so you don't believe that there is any more traps in the room.
So Zash look through the bookcase, because that's what I was gonna say. Luna would check the bookcase for anything that seemed helpful.
Yeah, if you want to, if you want to look through the bookcase, if you want to look through the bookcase specifically, you can definitely do that.
And do it need to roll for a
Yeah,
check?
you're gonna roll an investigation check for that.
I always want things to be perception.
I know, because they're
I
wisdom based,
never
and
know
you're a
the
ranger,
difference.
but it's investigation.
How about perception? I cannot find the investigation one.
It's alphabetical order.
I know. I keep skipping right over it for some strange reason.
Can I
I'm
look
like,
too?
no.
Yeah.
See it.
Yeah. I'll say you can look as well. Maybe after we'll
I'm
say.
kind of looking for spell books of some sort.
Oh,
Possible.
Okay.
That's good.
I don't suppose he's got any in there, does he?
So I will say, Iluna, you are taking a look through here. You both sort of see similar books that are present in here. You both see the book that says how to build a wizard's tower. You see a book that says how to animate earth and rock. You have one called Necromancy for Dummies. There is another one that is called Blood for the Blood God, which describes a ritual. There is one in there that says beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And then Smith, you're looking through these, and you're glancing over Iluna's shoulder during this time. She's going through the books, and you're looking for something that would have spell books. And then one does stand out to you that is bound in such a way that it would look like a spell book. As you go to open it, a tiny little puff of prestidigitated magic poofs out with a page that says spell. And as you see this, you flip to the next page and the same thing happens. It is literally a spell book.
Not following.
It is kind of like one of those joke guns that when you pull the trigger, it shoots out the little flag that says bang.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he does not have anything in here that would be a spell book of any kind, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right.
So I don't see any trinkets. That's kind of what I was looking for. Things left behind.
There's nothing really. There's no trinkets or anything like that. Mostly it's just some books. I would say, if anything, there might be there might be little bookends, maybe some rocks, stuff like that, but nothing that really stands out.
Blood for the blood god.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this book would be useful for us to understand what might be going on. That and beauty in the eye of the beholder. Since we know the ring is in it. Can we look at those books and see if they'll teach us anything?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can definitely open them up. I was just giving you what the titles were. Which one do you want to read?
I guess the beholder one.
So the Beholder one, it more or less has kind of general information on the creatures beholders. It gives you it sort of gives you an understanding of their general physiology, you know, how it is that they exist, and what some of their abilities are when it comes to their eye rays and stuff like that. There is also some information.
Keep going.
I was gonna say there is also some information in there, just about general like aberrations and stuff like that, because that is kind of what a necromancer is. It's an aberrant creature.
Nothing about a ring.
Nothing about a
Right.
ring. No, nothing about a ring specifically. This is more about like the physiology and general understanding of beholders.
So nothing about anti-magic either.
Uh,
I mean, I don't know
it
anything
is
about
it is the
beholders,
fact
so-
that what you see about anti-magic is that the beholder's central eye, it creates an area of anti-magic in a 150-foot cone. So
Hmm.
that is
Hmm.
that is the information that it gives. Now, I will say that something you take note of is that it says that this anti-magic area works against its own eye rays.
Its own eye. What?
It's so beholders have a bunch of different eyes. So let me pull it up on here for you. Here's our big boy. All right, so there's a beholder. As you can see, giant fucking eye. It also has a bunch of little eyes. Each one of those eyes has the ability to expend some kind of effect, such as the one that was going to hit Zash and deal 8d8 points of necrotic damage, or possibly one that can just disintegrate a creature or put them to sleep or charm them or paralyze. There's a bunch of them. There's 10 of them, in fact. There's one that just instantly kills you. That's the green one that's on the top right. That's the death ray.
If you're colorblind to green,
Yeah.
does that mean it has no effect on
Yeah.
you?
Since I know none of your characters are colorblind.
Well, Zash is technically a cat, and cats see and so.
Oh, cats colorblind.
I actually have no idea. What cat
Cat's vision is similar to human, who is colorblind. Cats can see shades of blue and green, but pinks and reds are confusing. So, in fact, cats would think that all of them were the death rays.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this fucking thing? I thought it was only supposed to have like one death ray. But so beyond that information, Idluna, there is also something that is
What?
there is something that is torn out of the book towards the end that starts to talk about when a beholder dies.
Oh my goodness.
But those pages have been ripped out.
Yeah, I'll definitely make sure everyone knows about that.
Yeah.
So can
Yes.
look at this the blood god book. I'm terrified of everything and every aspect of this thing.
Good.
No, I'm terrified. Don't say good.
Can I cast detect magic
I'm
while she's looking through these
stress-eating.
books?
Yes, you can. So I'll say that you're able to cast that while she's looking through the book of the Beauties in the Eye of the Beholder. So
What does he cast?
he's casting detect magic. So as you cast Detect Magic, Smith, it is what Detect Magic is. Yes, so it's within 30 feet of you. So two things that you are able to gain from that information. You can tell that below you, in the direction where Nylor is standing, you're able to sense some evocation magic. And on top of that, the evocation magic that you are able to detect seems to be linked to a source that is upstairs somewhere. So you're almost, whereas normally, if you had, say, a magic item that gave you a plus to your AC, some random evocation magic, that would just have an aura of evocation. You see that there is something inside, like going down into that hatch, that has evocation magic, but there's like a tether connecting that to somewhere upstairs.
I will. So it's on the hatch and it's linked to upstairs.
Yes, there is something in the hatch that is giving off evocation magic.
And who's standing on it?
Nylor is standing next to the hatch. He's not like, down in it or anything like that.
Have we examined that hatch yet?
Nobody's gone down it. Nobody's like, Nylor has looked into it, has seen that there is like, it leads down to a floor with a small amount of rubble, but that was it.
And that'd be like, so, I'll just explain that to the group, I guess, relay that information. Still trying to figure out. So evocation's like this, what I'm proficient in, right? Like fireball, stuff like that.
Yeah, so you know that evocation magic is the school of magic that is devoted to manipulating energy from some kind or tapping into sources of power to produce an effect. So obviously fireball is an evocation spell. You are tapping into an unseen energy source of fire to create a fireball and send it off. Now, you also know as an evoker that spells like shield are I'm sorry, not shield. Like higher level spells that allow you to manipulate energy are like spells that you can create walls and stuff like that.
Now, am I to imagine that this is some sort of trap from that information?
You could.
Is there any glyphs on there?
Looking down, if you want to look down the hatch, there is no glyphs that you can see.
How far do I see the evocation magic going down, or is it just the hatch itself, or what?
It's it only goes down about like 15 feet, but the evocation magic that is there is like right in the middle, and it's sort of like if this is the hole, it sort of like covers the entire hatch.
Okay, so we're gonna open the hatch and look down. So what do we see?
You look down the hatch, you can see that it leads down into a lower room that has a stone floor, some rubble on the ground, but that is it.
And I'm sorry, one more time. Where do I see the evocation magic? Just on the hatch?
Right in the middle, like right in between, like there's a ladder that's going down into like through the hatch, through the little tunnel. It's in there. It's in there somewhere. I will say I will say that at down in that lower cellar, like as you're looking down there, you know, you don't really, there's really like nothing in there. Like you can't see anything except you can see that there is some kind of light source, because that's actually the only way that you guys are able to see it down there. Like there is some kind of light source down there.
Mage hand, see if it triggers anything down there.
Where are you casting Mage Hand?
I guess at the top of the hatch.
Okay, and then moving it down through.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast Mage Hand. As you do, it gets about halfway down the ladder and then just stops. Like there is something there impeding your hand from moving through it.
Does the spell end or just?
It does not end. It's just, yeah. It cannot pass through whatever is there.
Do I see this?
I'll say anybody who is watching this definitely can.
I'll shoot a firebolt. Does it do the same thing? Does it stop there?
Yes. If you shoot a firebolt, it stops about halfway.
Can I pull out the wand of collapsing, or the pole of collapsing rather, and see if that stops there?
Yeah. Yes. Same thing. You extend out the pole of collapsing. You give it a few. You know, you send it down in there. Give it a few taps. But the same thing happens. It just sort of hits a point where nothing is passing down.
Would it be like anti-magic or something similar?
It's well, an anti-magic field. So anti-magic. Wait, let me see. No, anti-magic would be abjuration magic. So like a protection magic. Whatever this is, it is some form of harnessed, manipulated energy that is impeding the progress through there. Smith, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check. And while you're doing that, Luna, as you're reading through the book titled Blood for the Blood God, which is written by the author Korn, you start reading through it, and it talks about a ritual that can be done by sacrificing your blood. So there's kind of like scribbles through it. Some of the pages are actually dipped with blood, like there is blood in the book, that is sort of obscuring some of the lettering. But what you're able to read is something that says teleport, blood, knife, death.
My goodness.
So, like I said, everything else on there is kind of obscured to the point where it's illegible. But the first few pages, like I said, they talk about, it talks about, you know, how to set up a ritual circle with blood, how to make sure that it is correct in its proportions, how to link an item to it by utilizing blood as part of the ritual.
So the big thing I take note is those words: teleport, blood, knife, and death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
what did you
I wanted to look at another book.
Okay.
Mostly flip through the How to Build a Wizard's Tower to see if there's any clues about traps in this particular tower.
Oh, this is more of like a the How to Build a Wizard's Tower is more of like a carpentry book. It goes about, you know, like
Oh,
make sure you have a
okay.
properly structurally sound foundation. Make sure that if you are building over top of some, you know, underground mausoleum or some kind of interior cave system, that you add enough support beams to allow for the weight of the tower. You want to make sure that you have at least some kind of canted structure. This way, you know, you're not putting so much weight straight down, but also making sure that it doesn't flange out too far, because then it can just collapse in on itself. Also, if you're going high, you generally don't want to go more than 4 floors high, because the higher it is, the more notable it is, unless you're trying to attract attention. So yeah, it's like I said, it goes over more like
That
the
sounds like how to build any tower. There's nothing about making it specifically for wizards.
Oh, well, no. So, like, further along in the book, there is stuff that is like, you know, set up a room that will be your casting room. Set up a room for physical rituals and stuff like that. Set up a room that is a lounge in case you have friends and family over. You know, somewhere where they can sit and relax. And then towards the end, there is a few there. You get to a chapter that is called traps, tricks, and treasures, which have all been ripped out. Smith, with your 22 in Arcana, you are, as you're sort of looking at this, something does trigger in the back of your mind, a higher level evocation spell that you're not ready to be able to cast that kind of spell, but you do know that it exists. This to you kind of seems like it might be like a wall of force kind of spell.
Okay. And what does that do exactly?
From what you can remember of some of your teachers or from your teacher in the past and in your travels hearing about this, it basically springs forth a wall of impenetrable energy in some kind of vertical or horizontal orientation. It can be free floating or anything like that, or resting on a surface. But you know that you know for a fact that this spell, if that is what this is, that it cannot be dispelled. A disintegrate spell could be used to destroy it, but you get the thought in your head that with your detect magic, whatever this linkage between this wall of force to something upstairs, you think that might be something that could affect this.
The only way to dispel it, really?
Yeah, the spell Dispel Magic does not work on it.
Okay. And I'm assuming if we enter it, it'll be painful?
Oh, no. It's literally just like hitting a wall. Like, it is...
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like a wall of fire or a wall of ice or something like that. Like, it is just a wall of energy that stops you from moving through it.
Okay.
Albina hasn't done any spells since.
She has not, no. Basically,
Okay.
right now, Smith is currently investigating what's down in the hatch. Nylor is there. Luna is going through the bookcase. Iggy is currently just sort of hanging out by the table. I believe Seftis might be mourning the loss of this beautiful rug.
Oh dear
Okay.
Lord. Yes.
I was just making sure my page was up to date.
Yeah.
Fireplace.
What'd you say, Steve?
It is indeed. He's like got the ashes in his hands, still all miserable, throwing shade at Nylor.
Stop. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
To make up for the empty place and Seftus's heart from this rug, I'm going to reach into the bag of holding and pull out the Dragon Slayer sword.
Oh.
And go up to him and say, by the way, I meant to give this to you a while ago since you're like the only person who really uses a sword. So yeah, if we ever run into a dragon, and I'm just gonna reach out and hand him the sword.
Okay.
Yay.
Sepsis takes it and thanks him. There's a long glance at Nylor with the sword in his hand, and looks back again.
I'm gonna kind of like follow his gaze
Oh my
with a worried look.
Oh, I love it. I also love the fact that Septis now has 3 swords, a longbow, and 4 javelins. Oh
Just
my!
a walking armory.
It's
barbarian.
it's
I think it,
it's so
I
good.
think it fits pretty well with the fact that he's a warforged too. Just,
yeah,
like, weapons everywhere.
I mean, he's got almost 300-pound carrying capacity. Like, yeah, and you know, yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
He's doing all right for himself.
He's just very hurt.
Isn't he? He likes his trinkets.
It's like,
Yeah.
the thing I'm thinking
Yeah,
of is
this
like
is the same guy who murdered someone cold blood in an alley for no real reason.
No.
Yeah, it's
No.
like-
He didn't. He didn't get the chance to murder somebody in cold blood because you were there. You were there to at least help
Well,
him.
He killed the first person.
Well, yeah, he
was
murdered.
over the
He
top.
murdered somebody who was mugging someone. I mean,
Criminal.
arguably, they were asking for it. If you ask me.
Uh,
A grey
death
area.
for a mugging.
Yeah.
I mean,
gray area.
Yeah, like gray matter, like his brains, which were splattered on the wall.
Yeah, it's a little metagamey, but it's like the Dane Cook skit where he's like, you know, the weirdo kid who everybody thought was gonna shoot up the school, and he gave him a candy bar. That's my candy bar.
Don't come to school tomorrow. Don't come to school tomorrow. He sees him. He sees him erasing a name out of a book. All right. So yeah, like I said, you are able to see that whatever, you know, Smith, you're able to make the assumption that this is probably a wall of force that is blocking the way down the hatch, and that it is connected to something upstairs somewhere.
I'll suggest we go upstairs.
Okay.
And I suggest I lead while I have detect magic on to look for traps.
Smart.
Or
Smart.
not, maybe not necessarily lead, but be like towards the front
Okay.
Lord, just get down there first.
so I can see what's going on.
I'm just trying to decide if I'm done with these books.
Yeah. I mean, we can say I'll start moving everyone because
I would say
Albino go to
do
the end.
a flip.
She'll go last.
Where are we at? When
Wanna
no
move-
one looked in the fireplace?
I thought we checked out the fireplace.
That's what I was.
Yeah, it just has
was
ash in
thinking.
it.
Oh, I must have
rug.
skipped that. Yeah, sweep it in there. Sweep your rug into the fireplace. Cool, I've been left behind.
Well, yeah, you were just still down there, so definitely move on over.
Me
Just
and
to
Iggy hanging out up here.
just to be able to see what's going on here. I'm gonna take down these auras real fast. You both still I will say that Nylor's aura of vitality has popped because it has been a well good minute. I'm believe Albina's OP 3rd level spell
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
ask
10
how long
minutes.
because I can't remember
It's 10 minutes.
how long it's been going.
Son of a gun. And Cephas's aura would actually be popped at this point because that is tied to his rage.
Cool.
All right. I know I have actually a different aura color. There we go. I don't know why that was the same color. Okay. So, as you guys head up the stairs, move you guys over here just so y'all
Up.
can see. Yes, up.
I thought we were going down for some reason.
Nope.
And
Yeah, so
don't know
the
why.
hatch in the floor leads down into a cellar, but there's a wall of force that is stopping anybody from
good.
getting through there. Everything else is going up. So yeah. when you head up the stairs, Smith, you are able to detect from this room, because you do still have that whole shindig going on. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think it's actually a specific one. Yeah, it's not. Okay, so you're able to see that when you walk up into this room, this room is actually fairly relatively tidy. There is a table on the western edge which contains a slew of bottles with various liquids inside of them, as well as alchemy supplies. The table, as soon as you walk into the right on the northeastern corner, has a book on it, a quill, and a stack of scrolls. And there is a slew of bookcases on the southern wall that are filled with books, and, you know, different, like, you know, not like bindings of paper, like not like bound books, but like, you know, loosely compiled stacks of paper. In the center of the room on the floor, you see that there is a circle. There is, you know, a circle, a circular design, an arcane circle drawn in blood. And across the room on the very southern corner, or on the very southern edge, you see a glass orb. As you walk into this room, you can see that it is completely clear, but it seems to be filled with a red swirling liquid.
Detect magic pull up anything?
Detect magic is giving you a sense of conjuration magic coming from the orb.
Are the potions? Do potions, like health potions, give off magic?
Health potions would give off evocation magic.
Do the potions or liquids in the room give off anything?
Those do not. They don't give off anything specific.
Okay. I'll explain to the group that the circle in the middle. Wait, you said it's a circle. No, the orb is the conjuration magic.
Correct. The orb. Yeah, the orb itself is giving off a small aura of conjuration magic.
Is there further upstairs? Or are we at the part?
Actually, the staircase does stop going up at this point, so it only takes you up to this first floor. But you guys will all remember that from the outside, it appeared as if this would have been, there should be like two more floors above this. And
that, like, rune on the
Does
ground?
this room have?
yes, you all see the circle on the ground.
Does it look like past teleportation circles that we've seen?
It does not. It has a completely different design than what you're used to. Okay. Now, I will say, Smith, since you still have detect magic, you are sort of following that tether between the wall of force and the floor and where it's going. That tether is going upstairs further. Like that tether is basically going from the floor up into, you know, somewhere above you.
Like the ceiling? Is there a ceiling, I guess?
I mean, there is like stone. There is a stone, so you imagine there, you know, like I said, from the outside of the tower, you know that it like keeps going. At least what would be the height of 2 more floors. But there's no staircase that leads up that way.
This room was one of the ones with a window. I forgot to ask that last time.
Yes. There is a window on the eastern wall, on the eastern and western wall.
Is conjuration like illusion magic, or is that just illusion magic?
That's illusion magic. Conjuration magic, being that it's not your forte, what you know about it is that it is just generally the school of magic that calls stuff from elsewhere. So if you were trying to summon something, like summoners specifically use conjuration magic, but it can also be reversed to send creatures to other places, either long distances or even to whole other planes of existence. In fact, actually, what I will say is the reason why you know that, even though you're not a conjurer, your mentor was practicing conjuration magic when the incident with him happened all those years ago. So it may, you may surmise or you may assume that whatever that orb is, it could either bring something to you or take you somewhere else.
Do I get any ideas as to why it doesn't seem like there's more to this building than we saw outside?
Nothing magical, at least. Intuition, definitely. Anybody that would be standing outside, like you can literally look out like the side windows, because there's, like I said, there's a window over here and a window over there that looks outside. Like you could literally like put your head out and look up and see that there's more tower.
And we all would remember it that way.
Yeah.
So that's all the sources of magic he detects is right there with that orb and nothing else?
That is it.
There's no like hatch up top, right? Nothing we can see. Just
Nothing.
a solid ceiling.
Yeah. I don't necessarily know if it's, I don't know. I guess I would be made of stone. I keep thinking stone would just be so impractical and terrifying. I'm going to say that it's like, like wood supports and stone is on top of that, much like it was in the lower floor. Because I legitimately don't know how that is designed. But I will say that when you look up, there does not seem to be a physical means by which you could move on.
So Luna's gonna ask Smith. Well, I assume he tells us about the orb. I'm just wondering if it's giving off some kind of like don't get too close vibes. Like if you could see something like an aura, I guess.
I mean, the aura that he can see is, just in his mind's eye, whatever color whatever color Smith specifically associates with conjuration magic, which, at least for me, because I go by what 5e.tools is, like, it might be like this pinkish red color that it's sort of emanating directly around it.
And he told us, I presume he'd tell us that something could come through there.
Is that information that you pass on, Smith?
It was, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. Just wanted to double check. So yeah.
I mage hand the orb. See if anything happens. Is it an orb that can be picked up, I guess? I'm assuming so?
Yes. Yeah, you can definitely pick it up. So you cast Mage Hand, you get your ethereal hand, and you're able to pick up the orb. Yeah, you're able to pick up the orb, no issue.
What's it? Is it on like a platform of some sort?
Yeah, it's on a pedestal.
Are there any notes on the table or anything like that we can look at?
Yeah, like I said, on the table right here, you can see that there are some books, there are some scrolls. Like I said, there's books all in these bookcases. Kind of scrolls?
Like magical scrolls?
If you want to take a look at them.
If there was some sort of trap, Detect Magic would have found something, right?
Detect Magic.
Ideally.
Detect Magic would have.
Or like a rune.
Detect Magic would have given you insight on magical traps, such as the ward of the glyph of warding in the in the first floor when you guys were on the main floor. it would have given you that as, you know, the glyph of warding. But like if he triggered, if he has a thing that shoots poison darts out of the wall, it's not going to tell you that. Now there is specifically a spell called detect traps, which I don't believe you have.
I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna look through these scrolls. See what they are.
What are you doing with the orb, or do you just have your mage hand sort of there with it?
I just want to put it down.
Okay. Okay, so I'll let you look through those. While he's doing that, what is everyone else doing?
Did anybody look
I
at the
wanna
windows?
look at the-
Did anyone do what? Zash?
Out the windows?
No, I don't believe anybody has.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to look out the window. You can see down to the courtyard that is surrounding this place. You see that the one gargoyle has you can barely just see it around the corner, has gone back into its spot, and the little earth motes that are out there are going through this little procedure of like fixing the ground to make it look as if there was never, you know, as if they weren't burrowing up and going back down. They're basically just doing some general lawn care.
Oh.
Yeah.
Zash walked like across and looked at.
No, yeah. I mean, it. Like I said, it appears as if you are just on the second floor. And yes, Stacy, when he walks across, there is nothing happens.
Cool. I'm gonna walk in the same direction, but head towards the bookcase.
Okay. Albina, Cephas, and Nylor.
I don't really have anything I'd like to do.
No problem. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you still have your aura popped, so.
I'm staying back because I don't want to activate any more traps.
All right. Cephas, standing menacingly.
Yeah, kind of sense. There's not really much I want to do, I don't think. So,
Okay.
Yeah, just, I don't know, just somewhere in the middle-ish, just chilling.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll say you guys are just sort of standing around.
Free to help
What's
look
up,
at
just seeing how many swords he can hold at one time.
Yeah. Just 3 swords in his hand.
It's like the one guy from One Piece.
Oh, yeah, Rorona Zoro.
Yeah, that guy.
All right. So Zash, because I know sort of the answers I'm going to give to Smith and Iluna. Zash, what are you, beyond just glancing out the window, are you doing anything else over there?
I kind of wanted to like look up, see if I could see like any windows or anything.
So as you look up, and I will say you did notice also whenever you were outside, there did not seem to be any openings or windows or anything like that beyond the second floor.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it's all right.
No, that's like I feel like this whole tower is kind of out of Ash's wheelhouse, and it's just kind of leaving it up to Smith to do the wizard things.
Okay.
All
right.
Well, I guess.
Yeah.
Can I check for more of the sigil traps?
Yeah. I'll say that while Smith and Iluna are looking through the bookcases, you can be looking over everything. Yeah, that's no problem. I'm not going to make you roll for it because I'll give you the skinny. There's no more sigils in this room, or there are no sigils in there. But we'll say you're going through everything, looking for stuff. All right, so Smith, you go through looking at the, looking at this table that has the book and the quill and stack of scrolls. You start opening some of them up, with fingers crossed that you're going to get like some sick kind of necromancy spell. But as you go through them, you realize that pretty much all of them are just diagrams of human and humanoid anatomy. You see the intricacies of the human body sort of splayed out in its various states of like bone, nervous system, muscle groups, skin tissue, and stuff like that. But you also see it for goblins, orcs, tieflings, elves, all that stuff, and sort of how each of the physiologies is.
I say we all gather around and grab the orb, see if it teleports us somewhere.
Oh my god,
I like that.
I'm not ready.
Yeah. But Smith, go ahead. And let me set up my filter on here. So Smith, go ahead and roll me a D8.
I'm sorry, I totally missed what Smith said.
He said he wants everyone to grab the orb and see if it teleports him somewhere.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Smith, go ahead and roll me a
Not
D8.
yet.
6.
Vote not yet.
All right. So Smith, as you're going through this, one thing does sort of stand out to you. You know, you're going through all these scrolls, and none of them really have anything, like, none of them are specifically spell scrolls. But something stands out to you. There seems to be something written in the arcane common language, the Arcommon language, at the top of each one. And you're sort of, as you're going through them, they kind of don't have a basic order. Like, you know, it's jumbled or just mismatched jargon. So go ahead and roll me an investigation check, and I'm going to address what Stacy is able to, or what Iluna is able to find in the bookcases. So Iluna, as you're going through, what's that?
I'm very cautious around this orb. I wanted to double check. He picked up the orb with Mage Hand. I forgot if it
Yes, and he set it back down. So, as you were looking through the book...
I'm going to be very careful to not, like, bump into it.
Okay. As you're going through the bookcase, kind of similar to on the first floor, there's really nothing that stands out in these ones. There is just a number of books filling them on ancient animals, such as dragons and, you know, like, there's one book called Tarask, Truth or Tale. There's one, there is one that is on, like, you know, the history of Faerun in itself. There's one on, you know, creatures of the Fae. There's ones that is creatures not of the Fae, which is like a, you know, 27 books all packed into one. But a lot of the books, a lot of the other books that you find are just on general necromancy and rituals, but none of them are really, like, you know, overtly standing out to you.
What about, again, oh, you said there were stacks of loose papers.
Yes.
Were they also in the bookshelves?
Yeah, they were kind of like spread around.
Oh, I'd look at those as well.
Okay.
Are they the same? Nothing.
With those, you actually see that some of these appear to be ritual, like more ritual diagrams and stuff like that, different arcane circles and how variations in them can affect the spells and the effects that happen out of it. But I will say something that does stand out. There is one in those stacks that shows somebody holding an orb in their hand, and they have their other hand that almost looks as if they had cut their hand, and there is like there's blood dripping from their hand.
Oh god.
And I will say that you can tell, because you did look through that book, it has the same text, it has the same text style and font as the book Blood for the Blood God. Smith, with your 9 in intelligence, we'll say that it takes you a couple minutes to sort of get this together, just because there is a number of these. But in the end, something that you're able to recognize is that the almost gibberish that is at the top of these scrolls, once you get them into a specific order, you realize that it actually gives the, it almost acts as if this would be how to cast the spell Inflict Wounds.
So, it's multiple scrolls that are like coded for the spell Inflict Wounds. How does that work again?
Right. So basically, the way that this would work is, so as a wizard, you are able to copy spells into your spell book. In order to do this, you have to spend an amount of gold as well as time copying it in there, and then you're able that is adding it to your spell book. So essentially, straightforward here. You have sort of two options. You can spend the time copying it now, or just bundle up all of these scrolls and then do it another time. Because as long as you have all the scrolls, because there's 10 of them, then you're able to copy this spell if you would wish to do that.
Is that a cleric spell? What is that?
Inflict
Is that a spell I
wounds.
should have access to?
Inflict wounds is a cleric spell, but I'm saying in this case, it is formulated in a way that you could cast it.
And what is it? A first level spell?
Yes.
Is it a touch spell? If I recall correctly.
It is. It is a touch spell that deals 3d10 necrotic damage.
Pretty powerful.
Oh shoot! Wait a second. I'm sorry. I gave you the wrong one. Oh, I'm sorry. It's false life. My bad. I was looking at the wrong list. I'm sorry. It's false life. That is a wizard spell.
I'll take inflict wounds.
Sure. I said that one first. I'll give it to you. I was looking at the wrong list, but yeah, I'll definitely give you inflict wounds. I'll just.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, hey, I'm willing to do it. Once I'll just have to go in and make a custom version of inflict wounds that wizards can get.
Can he cast it through Mage Hand?
No, you can't cast spells through Mage Hand.
That would be sick.
That would be terrifying.
Oh, I wanted to say, there's nothing else in these bookshelves then.
Nothing, yeah, nothing that stands out to you that is, like, really calling out.
What about, like, behind them or on the sides, any markings or
I would
those
say,
regular ass bookshelves?
yeah, I'll say that you search through them, you pull some of the books down, but, beyond just, some time of, like, some amount of time that they haven't been dusted, you probably are, you're probably more likely to find dust bunnies than anything else in there.
Okay. So I would have imparted the information about the orb and the hand, that picture, and
Mhm.
how it matched that blood for the
Okay.
blood god book. Has no one checked this here potion table?
Septus and
Or
Nylor
potion
standing
papers
next
and
to it,
whatever.
but I will say that
Mhm.
even with Nylor, having a general understanding of magic, it just looks like general alchemy supplies, and there are just unknown chemicals sort of sitting in them. So it's kind of one of those things like, hey, if you want to try and drink it, like, you could, but
None of them look familiar, like some of the ones that we took.
none
from
of them are
Atlas.
actually like potions. There's none that are actually completed. They are, well,
What colors?
let me say it this way. They are bottles of chemicals. So I'll give them the colors of orange, cyan, and kind of like mushy banana yellow.
Ew, can I grab that one?
Sure.
I'm gonna pour it out the window and see what happens.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
You pour it out the window, and as soon as you do, it just sort of, like, I don't want to say oozes out of there, but it kind of like, it's very thick, it's very viscous. As it's pouring down, it hits the ground, and the moment that it does, it solidifies the entire way up, and you see kind of like branches that start forming out of this viscous material. And after a moment, it almost looks as if this has created a ladder, but the rungs are bananas.
What banana ladder? This is ridiculous. I can't even tell if you pulled that out of thin air right now, or this was the whole plant the entire time.
Okay. Well,
And that's just how it's supposed
And I
to
will
work.
say it is giving off an unnaturally like artificial banana flavor, like Laffy Taffy, like banana Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy. Oh
Zash
no.
immediately turns around to
The
see if
Laffy
anybody
banana.
else is saying this for
I'm gonna
immediately runs over to the window and grabs another one and pours it out.
which one?
Oh,
The
my
cyan
God.
one or the orange one?
Let's go with the orange one. Let's
Are-
makes an orange.
Are you pouring it out the window?
I'll go the yeah.
Out
I'll
the
do
other
opposite
window?
this time. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna say that that like you're looking out the window. Again, grassy courtyard that extends out to the wall that then breaks over to the slums. As you start pouring this orange bottle out, this one is definitely more less viscous. This is far more thin, liquidy as can be. And as you're pouring this one out, almost immediately you see that it is catching on fire the moment it hits the oxygen. And you are just you are almost pouring out a stream of fire.
As it's happening, I'll just be like, guys, I'm a firebender.
Yeah, you all see just like you all see just Zash pouring out this orange liquid that is just catching fire. Yeah, good.
Wait, was it corked?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Yeah.
Never mind. Can I try to recork it?
Yeah, I'll say that
While you're
there's
pouring.
I will say that there is still half of it left. You can add this.
Put that in the bag.
Yeah, you can add this to you can add this to your inventory. Let me pull it up here. Oh, what the fuck? There it is. So this is going to be half of a bottle of Alchemist Fire. So now this one is far more liquid. This is like a failed version of it because normal Alchemist Fire is sticky and adhesive that ignites when exposed to air. But as an action, you can throw the flask up to 20 feet, shattering on impact. You make a ranged spell attack against a creature or an object, treating it as an improvised weapon. On a hit, it takes 1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns, and a creature can end this by making a DC 10 Dex save to extinguish the flames. Now, the thing is that this creates, because it's more liquidy, this is going to coat wherever you hit 5 feet from there in all directions. And any creature in that area will take 1d4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
But yeah, so that is, like I said, that is the flask.
Can I look through those papers while Dash hastily pours liquids out the window?
Yeah, like I said, you went through.
I was imagining like Iluna was near. Well, I don't know when Zash decided to run across and pour out.
Well,
liquid.
I mean, this is all sort of going on
nearby that table.
It's all sort of going on at the same time. But like I said, from the stacks of books, you can see that some of these appear to be, more ritual ideas and like, how to adjust the arcane circles to get different effects. And then that's also where you found the one showing the orb. Yeah.
Oh, the papers buy the liquids though.
Well, it's just alchemy supplies. Like it's unknown chemicals and alchemy supplies on that table. I think there is like a picture of
about
what?
Sorry.
I think she's asking
don't know.
if there's like any notes about what was created here.
Yes.
Oh, on there
notes about the liquids. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I will say that the one so you'll see on there that like most of it is hastily scratched out. There is one on there that you can kind of tell that is the pop-up ladder, and an ingredient on there that was put in was monkey innards, and it's like hastily scratched out. And then like there's like a little arrow that points to it that says "too many bananas?" ? And then beyond that, there is one that has again, it's mostly hastily scratched out, but it says like glue pointing to like a bottle that looks like it's on fire. And then there's one more that is there that has a that again, it's hastily scratched out, but it shows it shows a spell, or it shows the other potion that is it shows on there that it's like figures out what something is, but you see again, it's hastily scratched out, and it's like, why a potion is written down.
So that was about the one he didn't pour out yet?
Right, there is a cyan one that is on the table.
I'd probably show him this note before he decides to pour it out. I'm uncertain about deciding.
There's nothing on the page that would give any of you guidance onto what this does. It is just written on there next to it with an arrow saying like, why a potion.
Is there
The
anything on
banana ladder.
Hold on. What did you say, Zash?
I just asked if there's anything on the cyan potion.
No, that's what it's sort of referring to. The cyan potion is referring to the one that says why a potion.
This banana ladder, it's still there.
Yep.
And
You can see the bananas are a little
from the ground all the way to the window.
Yeah, from the window down the wall.
To the wall.
Yeah. But yeah, you can see that the bananas on there, like as soon as he did this, there was like these super overripe green bananas. But you can see that they're, now starting to get to that like, perfect, little bit of green on the, on the ridges, but, mostly yellow.
Right, maybe we can use it. Clearly, we have to go higher. So, who's for touching the orb with blood?
And I will say that as you sort of point that out, because I know, Luna, you would have walked by it at some point, and Zash, you also walked by there, but I'll say anyone who looks over at this, over at the podium, or the, the stand that the orb is on, anyone who walks by it can see that there is an ornamental dagger on like a little cubby hole directly underneath it.
Can I cast augury? And the outcome is if we touch this orb. I just want to know.
Say it very specifically, please. And there is a reason I'm asking you to be very specific.
I couldn't even hear me.
Oh wait, did you say something, Hannah?
Yeah, I can't hear Nyler at all if he's speaking. I see his.
Oh,
You have to turn him up.
Yeah, you have to turn him up like 200%. He's
Okay.
very quiet. His mic is acting up. But go ahead and say it again, Tony.
The outcome of the party if we all touch this orb at once.
So you are saying to them, you when you're casting augury, you are saying the course of action is the entire party touching the orb.
Yes.
Okay. You get nothing back.
Nothing. So, this is what I was asking asking about the banana ladder. If it went up to the window, if we could bring it.
Yeah.
I don't see how we could bring it back in.
I mean,
I
it's
don't-
it's 20 feet long,
It's a
so
lot.
it would fit in here.
It's made of bananas, right?
It is. It's made out of like two giant vines that sort of go down. Or no, sorry. No, I had it backwards. Yeah, it's a central post that goes down that was almost made of like that thick viscous material that solidified, and then it has like rungs on either side. So imagine like a telephone pole.
Oh my god.
So, are
That's
there
not
extra
what I was
bananas that I
thinking.
can grab one for my Mimcat?
Go
Y-
eat.
if
Don't-
you wa-
I
if you-
would not eat
If you
those
want to,
bananas.
you can see you can see that, you know, they're right now they're pretty good and ripe. Like they're right at that eating phase.
So they're just regular bananas. Like I can grab a few for my Mimcat.
If you wish to pull this up, I will say that
magically created banana.
yeah, I'll say that, you know, you can pop one of them off of there and feed it to your Mimcat if you would like.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. My
Good
poor
lord.
Rafa's been waiting for some
Cat-
food for a while.
Rafa's all about this banana. Like again, it is at the peak ripeness. Now you can see that down to the bottom of the ladder. Again, I don't know if you guys have pulled the ladder up into this place. But you can see at the bottom of the ladder, the bananas that have first popped up. You can see that they are starting to get like some tiny little brown spots. So imagine these
We're
things might
running
not be
out of
too
time.
ripe for very long. But I do want to explain, when you grab that banana, Hannah, it's solid, it's firm, it's connected to this thing, but the moment you break it off of there, like you start undoing that peel, normal ass banana.
Cool.
So
Alright.
you said the pedestal was adorned with a dagger.
Yes, there is. So the way that imagine almost kind of like my stand over here. So there'd be like a cubby hole that would like it'd be like half this size, but there'd be like a cubby hole here that is housing an ornamental dagger, and then the orb is sitting on top.
So we theoretically, not saying I do this, but we could remove that dagger.
Yes.
Theoretically, okay.
Theoretically.
Okay, I'm gonna
Can we?
walk over to Smith and be like, "Can you mage hand and try to pick that dagger up?" Because I'm not getting any results if we touch the orb, meaning the orb probably won't do anything.
Wait, you want me to mage hand the dagger and do what with it? Just pick it up?
Yeah, see if anything happens.
Didn't Luna tell us that what she saw about the blood
Yeah.
sacrifice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Luna did explain that she found a ritual page that shows the orb in one hand and blood, like a hand cut on the other hand.
I think that's what we need to do, but I'll try mage hand in the dagger, see if anything happens.
Yeah.
Just looking it up.
You pick up the dagger, and I mean, the whole world explodes. No, yeah, it's you just pick up the dagger, and it's, you know, a very, very ornate dagger. There are little tiny skulls etched into it. There is almost like what looks to be glass vials, like little glass tubes going through it, that as you turn it, you can see there's a tiny little movement in there, you know, just with like the air, but it looks as if there is blood in the dagger, like in the handle of the dagger, and what is making up the length of the handle seems to just be a carved bone.
Can I come look at it and do a history check?
Sure, go ahead and roll me a history check.
Did it roll? That's weird.
Can I do the same? Or Arcana check, maybe?
Yeah, if you want to do Arcana, that's fine. So you will be able to ascertain any kind of, we'll say Albina is going to be looking into if she recognizes it from any kind of historical relevancy, or anything that might stand out to her from anything that she's studied in time. Whereas Smith, you're going to be trying to pull information, if this thing is tied to some kind of magic, or anything like that. So, Albina.
History. Check
It's
too.
weird. It didn't like.
Only to see
I
if
don't know
there's
how many times I
anything.
clicked on my thing. It didn't. It didn't roll, and then
yeah,
I saw a 9.
Yeah, you only did one. But I saw the
Okay.
9. Yeah, Luna, you can as well. So Smith,
I don't remember.
this
Bingo.
so Smith, with this, it is not necessarily tied to any kind of magic, but you can tell that like it is probably a prop or some kind of tool that would be used in a blood ritual. Like this thing just exudes heebie-jeebies. And I'm going to say that also when you were manipulating the orb earlier, you did see a little bit of blood that was on the orb. So a little bit of dried blood. Albina, you're not able to ascertain any specific amount of for like, relevancy for this dagger.
Mhm.
But Luna, I will say that something does stand out to you. On the bottom of the hilt, you see a symbol that looks like this. I'm going to put it in the P5 chat.
Okay.
So with that symbol, you recognize that was the same symbol that was on the front of the book that said "Blood for the Blood God."
That's
and
where I was
yeah,
kind
and
of
from
checking about.
yeah, from what that book was telling you is that that is the symbol of Khorne, also known as the Blood God and the Lord of Skulls. That he is a god of chaos. He is a chaos god of blood, war, and murder.
Every time I hear Khorne, I just think of the 40K god.
Yeah.
Really
same one, buddy.
Oh, really?
It's the information. It's the reference that I'm making to it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Because that's the mark of Khorne.
Oh, okay.
Because honestly, just the phrase "blood for the blood god," skulls for the skull throne is one of the best things that has ever existed.
Is that sigil the same as the one that was on the rug? Kind of looks similar.
No, the sigil that was on the rug would be very similar to that. If we went and erased a portion of it, if it was this, it would have looked. Actually, no, there's no way we could actually make that sigil with this one. Because the one that was used, if you look at the map, is that one.
Okay.
So it has a very similar design with like the two crossing over, the two crossing over angles.
Okay. I keep asking about this ladder, and then it gets like turned into something else.
What about the ladder?
We brought it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that you guys brought it up into this area.
To, like, manipulate it.
Yeah,
and
you can.
Is it too tall for us to stand up?
It's
Smith still.
It's 20 feet tall.
Like green. I don't know.
The tether from the wall of force somewhere up into the ceiling. So I'm going to say that the ladder is only as tall as up to the window that you guys were at. So, because that's where Zash was pouring it out from. So it would be down to about 20 feet. So, like I said, it does fit up in here. You guys have basically a 20-foot tall, giant, like, solid stick of bananas.
And where's the tether? I'm just wondering.
The tether is leading somewhere upstairs. It is leading to a location. It is leading to a location that's directly above the staircase.
And detect magic doesn't give up anything up the ceiling, right?
Detect magic. I will say that as you are moving about the room, you get the same. You get the same conjuration feel from something upstairs as the orb that's in this room.
Oh.
Can I test the cyan potion?
What do you mean test it?
I'm just uncork it and just dip a little bit out the window and see what it does.
You dip it out the window, it just sort of splashes on the ground. There's a little bit of a shimmer to it, almost like an oily texture that, you know, the how the light scatters in the liquid, almost as if you popped dumped out some soap.
I'm gonna cork it and put it in my bag.
Okay. I will say as you uncork it, because I didn't take these into account when Smith cast Detect Magic, which omission of on me. Smith, you can from these 3 flasks, when the banana one was uncorked, there was a transmutation magic emanation from it. The one that was the alchemist fire, that one is evocation, obviously, and whatever this one is, there is a sense of divination magic.
Divination, okay. Oh. God, I was just thinking it was like an oil slick or something.
So
Um,
I don't know if I'm just not being clear, but I was trying to use the ladder to go to the focal point where the green, or where whatever Smith can
It wouldn't fit.
sense.
The ceiling here is only 10
That's
feet
what
tall.
I was asking.
Yeah.
There. That's
Oh,
something
okay.
I missed.
I thought you were just
completely.
asking if you could pull the ladder up into there.
So I can go up. Since
Right.
Maybe
Like
there's a door.
No, that's what I
Maybe
said. So
can't.
when Smith
Yeah.
walked in, he asked if there was anything on the ceiling that could lead up into the next floor, and there is nothing on the ceiling there. It's just like floorboards, support structures, stuff like that.
So, okay, but what was he doing? I don't know. I was thinking like a typical what's called a trap door, which is an actual trap.
No, yeah.
They are invisible.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, he would have detected some kind of, he would have detected that kind of magic when he had the spell if it was invisible.
Oh, I wasn't saying it was magic, just like
I mean,
regular physical trap door that people put in their house.
Oh, right. Like I said, he already.
You can't see it unless you would like touch it.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like I said, he already investigated to look up into the ceiling to see if there was any way up through there.
Okay, but that's just with your eyes. I would.
Sure. I mean, you are more than welcome to poke the ceiling as much as you want to see if there's something
Jump
up there.
Really high.
Yeah. I mean, you can. I mean, you could have anime fly up there. And, oh wait, never mind. That's right. You don't have your bird.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
that was mean.
Oh, by the way,
Wait.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yes.
I fed Rafa the banana and put him right back
Okay, that's fine.
because I don't want any kind of
Loves
damage
banana.
happening.
Yeah.
I'm just under the impression that this banana ladder existed for a reason. Maybe it can't be used now.
I'll give you
Ash poured.
I'll give you the hard and dirty. The banana ladder existed because Zash poured a bottle of liquid out that I said was mushy banana colored.
Well,
don't think too much into the banana ladder. Which, by the way, as you guys are sort of looking over this, you can see.
Would help us.
Yeah, I mean the one might. I mean, Alchemist Fire is definitely a very important or very good spell, or I mean a very good item. You guys don't know what the cyan one does yet, but the banana ladder, as you're looking at this, you pull it up, you're like trying to position it, like seeing if there's anything up in the ceiling that you could get up to. You can see that the bananas are starting to the brown spots on them are starting to grow.
What should I put down for that potion?
Just put cyan potion. You know what? Let me. Yeah, I'll remember what it is. I'll put it down in my notes. What it is. So just put in there if you want to put like a random potion. Just put cyan potion.
Firebolt to the ceiling do anything?
Firebolt. Yeah, you cause a little bit of fire damage there, Sparky.
It just hits the stone and fizzles out, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the stone, like the wood structures, like I said, it just sort of like psh, and gone.
All right. I think there's only one option, guys.
Cut ourselves.
wait.
Cut me, coach.
But like, Warforged don't bleed.
It's true. But they do have
These-
they do have arcane
The
internal
equivalent.
components.
You're gonna be left here. We'll touch the orb.
I will say, I will, since you guys have like sort of figured out what you need to do here, I will say that for the effects of this moment,
It's blood.
when
Warforged
Seftis,
blood.
if Seftis, not when, I want to say if, you guys all have your choices here. If Seftis were to cut his hand into the arcanely bound material that designs him, that fire element that is in him would give off a secretion that will work with this. We don't need to get too in the weeds about it. Seftis can use this.
Thank goodness. He'd be all by
Well,
himself. Poor Lord.
Sorry.
Let's do it then.
It's all good. What'd you say? Were you gonna say, Smith?
Do I imagine that we would each need to cut ourselves to be teleported, or can we do it as a group? Like one person do it and teleport everyone?
I'm going to say that from because the book, Blood from the Blood Gods, is so stained with blood, those parts of the book do not garner you guys that information. So you don't know that. The only thing that the only thing that you have is that diagram of the orb in one hand, the cut hand in the other.
And teleport, blood, knife, and death. So there's, a fun final word.
What a twist.
Who wants to go first?
Albina's gonna chill right here.
I'll go first.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Seftis, my boy.
Lord.
All right, so I need
You beat me to it.
I need you all to be very clear. Seftis, what are you going to do in this moment?
I guess you said I have to cut myself, to get this thing to work.
That is
I
at
guess
least
we're
what
doing
it seems
that.
you have to do.
All right. I guess I'll do that and get some bloody, flowy, lava-y, flamey shit going, and go and touch the orby thing.
Okay. So, you touch the orb. The moment you do, you see the red swirling liquid inside begin to pulsate. You feel a sharp pain in your chest. Everything goes black for a moment, but then after that, I have to make sure that, yes. Let me get down to my next part here. Sorry about the wait.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I have to.
Bless you.
Shut the fuck up, Aaron.
Now.
This ain't your game. All right, Seftis.
Appropriate response.
I know. So, Seftis, everything goes black for a moment. And you feel a pulsation through you. And as soon as that happens, everybody, you see Seftis almost encased in the blood that was touching, his like lava-esque blood. It almost encases him and sucks him into the orb. Seftis, you appear in a room that is filled with dark, shadowy creatures, as well as two slightly incorporeal figures like floating about this room around the edges.
Can I go next?
Okay.
Um,
Can I be raging and turn all that rage and stuff on and sword drawn? Because doesn't sound particularly nice in there.
so wait. Give me 1 second. First, what I need you to do is I need you to take 7 points of damage. Okay.
1 sec. Yep.
Okay, because I currently have you at 48, right?
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Correct.
Okay. So I have to, because I have to reduce it on my side. But what I also need you to do is give me 1 second, because I'm going to have you reload your character sheet. Go ahead and refresh your character sheet. Okay. And I'm going to send you a message.
Oh my goodness.
There you go. Cephas, as you pop into this room, you see these flashes of shadow moving around the room. Some of them disappearing into the nothingness and reappearing elsewhere. But something about this place, that feeling when you popped into here, not only did you get that pain in your hand, but you feel weaker. Something about that just made you feel weak. Before I continue with your, if you still want to do your rage and everything, Smith, were you going to try and go next?
Sure, I have a feeling I'm going to regret it, but yeah.
You cut your hand enough to draw the blood, and you place it onto the orb, and nothing happens.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Is the orb still glowing? Like conjuration magic?
Has it changed in any way?
The only thing that has changed is that the liquid in it that was having that constant swirl has all like flowed to the, to the point of gravity. There is no, like, it before it was moving without any external stimuli or stimulus. Now it is only moving as you rotate it, as if whatever the magic in it that was keeping it flowing is not there. But I will say that even with that, because it has been some minutes that you guys have been up here, and 10 minutes is starting to draw near, it still does possess the conjuration magic aura, and you can still sense that there is conjuration magic upstairs. You can also detect, because Cephas carries a giant fuck-off magic sword, you can also detect that his sword is upstairs.
Oh, thank goodness.
I mean,
I
you
was
don't know if
going
he's
to
alive.
say-
All you know is that his sword is there.
I
Is
know.
the staircase able?
I-
Are we at the top of the staircase? Or
Yes,
does
the
it-
staircase does not continue up more. That is at the top of the staircase.
Okay, can I pick up the orb and can I look inside it and see if I see anything?
It is almost as if. Hold on, actually.
Uh-huh.
It is
Oh.
almost as if you are just looking into this.
Nice.
Whereas before,
Yes.
it had
One
this,
swirl,
you know, it had this
yeah.
like constant swirl inside from no external stimulus. Now it is all just settled in one spot.
So all of
Cephtus.
us can see
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yes. I imagine if you are all looking at the orb, I mean, you can all be standing around the orb.
I think Iluna would
Yep.
suggest or ask if maybe does Albina still have that message or sending or whatever to at least consider contacting.
I do not. I
Cephtus.
did already. I did just consider that, and I was like, man, I switched it out. Because as soon as he said that, I was like, well, I'm just gonna do sending and be like, I was over here writing like 25 words, and I'm like, shoot,
Yep.
I don't have it. Meh, sorry.
So I also wanted to ask if we noticed the floor symbol do anything or change or anything in relation to Cephtus.
The blood
Because
ritual circle
clearly
in the
it's
floor.
there for a
No,
reason. Yeah,
no, nothing.
But
Nothing
we
happened with
don't
that
know
in that moment.
about it.
I mean,
specifically.
so the thing to keep in mind is, yes, it's there. It might not have anything to do with this particular thing. Because, like I said, some of the pages that you found were showing different arcane circles. So the one that's on the floor, it might be in those pages, like in its specific configuration, and it could do something. But you know, without that particular,
to be clear, it definitely was drawn in blood.
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. That's why I would definitely checking to make sure nothing about it seemed to change or whatever.
Yep.
It's
Nope.
tied together.
Arcana
Cephtus,
check on the orb.
what are you trying to ascertain from it?
Actually, I'll just use identify on it.
Okay.
Would identify do anything on it?
Yes, actually it would. So you cast Identify. The moment you touch this orb, you are able to understand how it works. So the way that this orb works is...
Should have started with...
What's that?
I should have started with this.
I mean, hey, you have spells. You want to try out different things. I get it. So the way that this spell works is that when you cut your hand and you touch your hand to the orb, it teleports you within 5 feet of the paired orb. So that would lead you to believe that there is another orb upstairs. But doing so drains your life energy and makes you physically weaker. Not only this, but once an orb has been used, it cannot be used for another 4 minutes.
Damn.
So, like, we know that it's right above us, right? The room?
Yes.
Wait,
And is the
Presume-
ceiling made of wood?
The ceiling is made out of a combination of like wood struts as well as stone and everything. So you imagine
So
if like
I
you
threw my alchemist fire on the ceiling, it probably wouldn't really...
if you threw your alchemist fire on there, you would probably I mean, luckily most of you in this room or at least have some kind of resistance to fire, because more than likely it would just splash down on you guys.
What if I threw it on the roof?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, on the roof.
Oh, I mean, it's
Outside
just
on the
fire. It's not like, you know, acid. It would just
Well, I
burn.
mean, like, eventually it would burn the roof, right?
Oh, well, the outside's made out of stone. Like the whole
stone roof?
the whole tower's made of stone. It's made of black stone.
Oh, so it's just like a flat roof then?
No, the roof at the very top has the pyramid of many eyes.
Oh, that's fucking right. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Obre los ojos.
Abre los ojos.
Lavate las manos.
wow.
Obre los ojos, Dora. It's right behind you.
There's actually a scary movie called Open Your Eyes. It's a Spanish one.
But while all that is going on, I need to know what Mr. Cephtus is doing.
Oh yeah.
Like I said,
see
you
all these things, these shadowy figures that are floating around and shit.
Yeah,
do
you
they
you
seem to be
pop.
posing a direct threat at the moment?
They are not posing any. They are not like coming towards you. They're sort of like shifting around. So I know I have them tagged on the map here. You're just catching glimpses of them as they just something moves across. Across the darkness. I mean, you also have dark vision, so you can see the walls, but it's almost as if the shadows on the walls are moving. But there are two ghosts that you can see that are flying about the edges of the room near the ceiling, but none of them are going near you. None of them are approaching you.
Can I yell out to Septus?
Okay.
Yes.
Just gonna yell as loud as I can. Septus, can you hear me?
Septus, roll me a perception check.
Oh man. Oh, roll a good one.
It come through?
It did not yet.
Damn it.
It's trying.
Oh no.
That's an 11. Yep. Septus, yeah, you don't hear anything, and Zash, you don't get a response.
Okay.
So,
Shit.
Zash, what did you do with your potions?
Which potions?
Both that you have left. The ones from the table.
I put them in my bag.
Do we have any plans for these potions? One, did we see it, or did he just see the way it looked? The whole, like,
I mean, I would say you guys
time
might
it's
see a
like
flash of light over by him as he's pouring this out, because like I said, it's a liquid that instantly ignites the moment it's exposed to flame. So
not that one, the cyan one.
Oh, you would not have seen the effects of it on the ground because it was only Zash looking down. But it's just a cyan potion. Almost has like an oily texture to the surface of it.
As all
Like-
this is going on,
have-
is
Uh-huh.
there any more swirliness in the orb?
No, because it's only been like 30 seconds so far.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't want to assume, but I just wanted to know, Smith, did you relay that information to the rest of the group?
I absolutely did not. I'm just kidding. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to verify because I know that I started giving you the time frame.
Did I hurt myself? Do I take any damage from stabbing myself?
No. That's why I said you only draw enough blood to make the effect. But Septus, what are you doing up there, buddy? Got some shadows and ghosts around you. Oh, sorry. Yes, I should. As a good DM, I should actually explain to you what you see in this room. So as soon as you arrive in this room, there are no windows. There's no natural source of light. You're able to see that the orb behind you is giving off a faint, or sorry, not the yeah, there's no windows in this room. There's no natural source of light except for the orb that you use to get in, which has kind of like a little light red glow to it, and a faint glow from a crystal on the northern side of the room. Like I said, everything in here, you have dark vision, so everything's dim light. But yeah, you can see that there is this crystal on the other side there, and beyond that, you can see the shadows moving on the walls, and the two ghosts.
Okay, crystal sounds fun, but I should probably leave that alone for a minute. Did you say the floor's like made of wood?
No, the floor the floor is made of stone. It is a stone tower. There's just like wood supports in places. I don't know how stone towers are made, so I mean, I say that they're stone. I said they're stone, but there's like wood parts to them, just because I think that's right.
That's probably right.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna hold my ground where I'm at for now and not try and cause any scenes or anything to attract any attention to myself or any more attention to myself.
Okay.
And I'll see what happens in 4 minutes.
Yeah. So
What,
yeah. I mean, now we'll say that you're basically in this moment. You realize like these things aren't coming at you, so you're sort of biding your time. And after a few minutes go by, back on the middle floor, the five of you, actually Iggy's also there, but besides the point, you're able to see that the after a few minutes, you're able to see that the liquid inside begins to swirl once again.
Now, when I use identify,
what
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
What was the result of that perception check when Zash was screaming?
11.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, I
He
didn't get
didn't
high.
hear.
Yeah, he didn't hear
No,
anything.
he didn't hear him at all. Yeah, no. Yeah, because I mean, like,
I just,
he's trying to scream up through like stone floors. But what were you saying, Smith?
You said when I use identify, it says it's going to drain me of my power or something like that.
It is going to drain you of your energy and also make you weak.
Do I know exactly what that entails?
Mechanically, you might imagine that it would take away some of your hit points and also might have a detrimental effect to your health.
And there's no way to get around that, like.
Not that when you cast identify, what I gave you is pretty much what you were able to ascertain. So
Okay.
you don't imagine that there is a way around that.
Okay, I'll go ahead and go through.
Okay. You cut your hand. Same thing. Everybody sees this. Smith cuts his hand. He places it on the orb. The liquid inside begins to swirl faster until his blood encapsulates him, sucks him into there. Smith, I need you to I need you to go ahead and take away 7 hit points.
Okay.
And the moment you do that, wait, I did this wrong.
Can we say one thing before I do that?
Yes.
Is detect magic still on?
Yes, and we will say that it is. We'll say that it's going to be like another like 30 seconds
That's
because
fine.
it has been like 4 minutes. So you got it for like another 30 seconds.
That's fine.
What did you want to know?
I kind of wanted to cast it again beforehand.
Oh,
but
you can cast it again. I don't have an issue with that at all.
It just takes 10 minutes, so someone would have to go first. Someone else would have to go.
Does somebody else want to go first while he ritual casts that?
I'll do it.
Okay. So Smith, go ahead and add your 7 points back.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good, man. Nylor. You all see the same thing happen to Nylor. Nylor, go ahead and take those 7 points away from your HP, and I'm going to send you the same message that I sent my wonderful friend Steve.
Okay.
So you all see the same thing. Cephas, on your side, after a moment, you see a slight glimmer. Yeah, I know, right?
No, ignore that roll.
Oh, yeah, that was... You see a slight glimmer come from the orb as popped into there is Mr. Nylor.
Septis just turns his head and gives him a nod, like Nylor, and just carries on looking at the shadowy figures swirling around.
Yeah, so Nylor, you see the same thing in here, man. You see, all the same jazz. Like, you see the shadows moving on the walls. You see, you see the ghosts in there, and you see the crystal on the far side of the room. Back on the main room, you guys see the same thing you saw a few minutes ago. As soon as he touches this and he poofs out of existence, the material, the red liquid in this orb settles at the bottom.
Okay, well, guess it's just a waiting game. Well, we can all get in there. Unless somebody has ideas for something else.
I don't know. I just keep thinking about the basement or the cellar. Like, what might take that wall of force away?
Um,
I'm guessing.
That's
So-
our only other option we know about, right? Is the cellar.
right.
this
The
wall of
cellar
force.
has the wall of force that is somehow being controlled by something up here, which I'm going to say, being that Smith explained this, Nylor and Seftis, it would appear to you guys that this crystal is probably the thing that is controlling that wall of force.
Oh.
Yep. I ain't
Should
touching
I-
it though until we get a little backup.
You
Should we
do
destroy the
one
orb?
other person.
Okay, the
Then
ghosts
they'd
or the
be
spirits or
trapped.
whatever is up here. Do they notice us?
If they have not made any gesture towards you. They just sort of seem to be in a state of just being. They're just there.
Yeah.
None of them
Feel
have
like
made
that's
any
that thing, I
aggressive
think
movements
we
towards you.
should go down.
So in this room,
Yep.
I see the bad things. I see
Yep.
the orb that just transported me up here, and what else?
A crystal, a glowing crystal on the northern side of the room.
And you said that's what I could ascertain is putting up the wall of force.
Being that the only two things in here besides you and Seftis is the thing that teleports you, and Smith said that there was a thing up here that would connect to that wall of force, yes.
Okay, the orb that's in the room that just transported me, is it swirling or is it like settled?
It is not swirling, it is settled.
Okay. Again, I don't know if this is metagaming, and if it is, I'm sorry, but I'm going to assume that we break that these things attack us. Is what I would say.
I mean,
to Seftis.
like,
Agreed.
I don't necessarily think that's metagaming, because, like, if you break something, things are bound to, not
Now,
be
is
happy
it-
with you.
Is it just like chilling there? Is it on a pedestal? Is it in the
The
wall?
crystal?
The crystal, yeah.
It's like on a little pedestal.
Okay. Can I creep towards it? Do the things move?
I mean, the things move in the room generally. Like, they're constantly sort of in, like, a, state of flux.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Seftis and like kind of like drop my voice so just us can hear it. I'm like, okay, so we could either destroy this crystal and hopefully that'll allow our friends to somehow come up, or maybe I could take the crystal and maybe we could use this orb to teleport ourselves back and take the crystal with us. I feel like both of those are hostile actions, and whatever's in this room is probably going to attack us when we do that. So we either do this
I
or
like I like the trying to take the crystal and then teleporting back at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That could be
Well,
fun.
you weren't there when Smith identified this, but there's a 4-minute like cooldown period. So if I do it and I leave, you're not going to be able to come back for 4 minutes. Can you survive up here?
That we
with all of
teleport at the
One
same time.
That's why you have one go back, you wait.
go
then-
back.
Yeah, and then after 4 minutes,
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
you carry the orb over by the crystal, grab the crystal.
Okay, you're not
teleport out.
here. Come on.
Whoa!
Yes,
Um,
but
Yeah,
you
t-
think
Ny-
of
Nylor-
what would
Nylor's
Vash
standing there.
do, and then
Nylor's
you
standing
thought
there,
come in your
and he's
head.
like,
What would
oh
Vash
man,
do?
like if we grab it and then like we get through here, one of us has to stay back here. And then as you're like standing there, you look at this little trinket that you've been carrying that says WWZD, and you're like, that's right. What would Zash do?
All right, so I'm gonna look at Seftis and be like, okay, so Okay, so once this thing lights back up, or after 4 minutes, I guess. I don't know if it relights up after 4 minutes, but like once I'm able to discern that I could teleport back out, I'm gonna teleport out. Seftis, when you see me leave 4 minutes later, grab the crystal and you try to come back as well. How does that sound?
Okay,
I think you're
can try
beefier than I am. I'm gonna turn to him and like put my hand on his shoulder and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh,
To make him a little bit more healthy.
okay.
I'll do it at 2nd level. So that's 10 hit points.
Okay. So Seftis is up to
then-
51.
And then I'm just gonna
Wait.
Does it light back up?
I
Like fast forward 4
I
minutes?
need to know
Uh-oh.
because and depending on how this is going to have to play out, I might have to have a roll contest because the 4 of you
No.
that are on the main floor,
Yeah.
the
I was gonna
moment that
say,
the
one of us
orb
is thinking of going.
is available,
Wasn't Smith like ritually casting something?
Smith was ritually casting
for 10
Identify.
minutes.
Yeah,
Right.
Wouldn't we wait for that?
No,
No.
detect magic.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Detect
wouldn't-
magic, my bad. Which does
I
take
feel like
10
we would
minutes.
Wait for that.
I mean,
I would anyways.
you might be waiting. He would have to wait 10 minutes to do that. I'm asking this. So it is going to take Smith 10 minutes to ritual cast detect magic. Nylor has popped into there. We will fast forward to 4 minutes. So Smith still has about 6 minutes left to cast on this. The moment the orb is active, does anyone on, Zash, Albina, or Iluna go through the ritual? And I want this to be what your character would have done in that moment.
Oh,
I-
yeah. Iluna's probably imagining Smith with his detect
Whoops, I
magic
had my
should
mic off.
be going through. And his surprise, Nylor jumped ahead.
Okay. Zash?
I feel like it's fair for me to say that I would wait for Smith because, like, earlier in the tower, I was mentioning, like, I feel very out of
Right.
my element.
Letting
here,
Smith
and
handle
kind
stuff.
of- yeah, kind of like following Smith's lead.
That's fine. And Albina.
From the get go, I said I was going to be at the
That is
back of the group,
correct.
and that I was not going anywhere near the orb. Actually,
Gotcha. And I'm not gonna kamikaze Little Iggy into there either. So
Iggy.
I do kind of want to imagine what it'd be like if Iggy's like blood for the blood god, like cuts the symbol of corn into his chest and just grabs the orb. Somehow is teleported.
I really want to.
Somehow is teleported into the world of 40K.
Yeah,
Land.
can we just actually rewrite the
somewhere else.
campaign that the big bad evils are just all of the fucking goblins that were killed by Cryo?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah, you guys are working for Slanish. All right. So, yes. If being that is all feasible and conceivable, Nylor, once the orb is back and up and running, you are going through, correct?
I mean, does it glow so that I know the 4 minutes is up?
Yes.
Okay.
The liquid bat is swirling once again.
Am I gonna have to recut my hand, or can I just like put my still bleeding hand?
Your
on
hand
the
still has a little bit of blood that you can, again, the cutting of the hand is not what deals that damage.
Okay, well, okay. I'm gonna look at Seftis and be like, remember the plan. If you're not back in 4 minutes, one of us will come to save you. Be safe.
If you're not back in 4 minutes, one of us will come back to get your body.
Okay, and then I'm gonna put my hand on the orb and teleport back.
I need you to take 7 points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
Um,
wow.
and I would resend the message, but I think you already know what's going to happen.
Are you serious?
I am 100% serious.
What?
Ah,
Oh no, guys.
And now keep in mind, and I'm going to send this message to both of you, just so you don't think... blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to send this to both of you. Yeah. Like I said, it is... The same thing is still happening, but it is not doing the same thing that it did the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Believe me.
Okay.
I
Well,
was in... Yeah.
As soon as I get through, I see everyone else standing there.
Yeah. You...
Wait, I'm assuming I'm back where I started.
Yes.
Okay.
So, well,
So,
Nyla,
so
you're back. Where's
I'm
Septus?
gonna let everyone know what's happening. Can I don't know how in character I can say what happens when you teleport.
From what you can say, you feel that you feel as if you just got, like, you had the shit kicked out of you, almost as if somebody landed like a good great club hit on you, but you feel overall weaker. Just like
So,
your
character, can I tell what it is or no?
I will tell them out of character because I believe with this plan, the only two that it's going to affect is you and Septus. Going through deals 7 points of damage, and your Constitution score is reduced by 1.
Oh, no.
So when you reduce your Constitution score by 1 on odd numbers, it reduces your maximum HP. So Nylor right now, because he went through twice, his Constitution score is only a +1, which meant his maximum HP was reduced by 7 because you gain maximum hit points equal to your level as the bonus.
So I'm gonna let them know, and I'm gonna let them know all that. I'm gonna say that there is a crystal there that probably is what Smith was talking about. Sorry. And then I'm gonna say in 4 minutes he's gonna try to teleport back. So the same thing's gonna happen to him that just happened to me. He's gonna hopefully try to bring the diamond or crystal or whatever with him. If not, if he doesn't come back when this orb starts glowing again, that means that the enemies in there are attacking him, and one of us has to go in and help him because, like I did heal him, so he's a little bit healthier than when he went in. Just if he doesn't come back, we might be in a little bit of trouble.
Okay. Who should be the one to go in if we need to go in?
I love how everyone in this moment is just like looking at one another like, I don't know, who is the one to go in?
Feeling the love.
Septus is the one to go in. He's the
Judging by
best
people's
choice.
HP totals, and again, this is out of character because my character doesn't know this. I think Albina's the healthiest. As of hit points right now.
I mean,
yes.
I was thinking either Albina or you because you guys have heals. So
I ain't going back through there. No.
Yeah, that's the only problem though. Is you?
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
I mean, we have a banana ladder down to the floor. We can just go, guys.
We can just go.
Kidding.
We'll run away and fight elementals.
I guess we have 4 minutes to decide that if he doesn't come back, who's going in and helping him fight the... I don't... What were they?
Ghosts and shadows.
Shadows.
Ghosts and shadows.
Yeah, so you definitely saw ghosts, but you saw moving shadows, and you guys already fought a shadow before.
Okay, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to punch shadows, so
I know, it's lovely.
We have.
just saying, team.
So I'm gonna need like a what, 3 or 4 way rock paper scissors to see who draws the short straw.
I'm tagging Hannah real fast. She said she'd be right back, but I'm tagging her. Would you be the one to go in the room to rescue Cephas? Because I gotta go
Does
take
she
a
still-
leak.
Okay.
So I will
Does
be.
she still have spirit guardians up?
She wouldn't at this point.
Oh, okay.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, fucking hell.
Don't hurt yourself.
Ow.
Sneezing's dangerous.
Oh, it feels like I got kicked in the taint.
It looks like you lost 1 to your Constitution score.
I know. Not gonna lie, man. When I was setting this up, I was like, what's a detriment? What's a detriment?
I severely hope there's a way to get this back.
I agree.
No.
Yeah, you have to successfully.
Oh, wait
take
a
part
second.
in the pain
Wait a second. You
weapon.
said you healed yourself, right?
I healed Cephas.
healed
I
Cephas.
did not heal myself.
How much did
I'm
you?
down to
How much did
I
you
healed-
heal him for?
10.
10. Cephas, I need you to actually take 7 points away from that.
What?
It's like a false life thing.
So the thing is, you did heal him, and whatever thing in your body that says like I gave this guy 10 points of health, Cephas, like the gauge that's inside your internal monitor that like keeps track of what your combat effectiveness right now is, like you like saw him put this effort into there and you were thinking you're gonna get a 10, you got like 3. Like something. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. You're not at max HP. Never mind. Yeah, you're fine. You're 51. I just realized something. That's my bad. Yeah. Go ahead and get that back up there. Yeah, that's my bad because the healing, that health, those 7 points that you take cannot be healed. Gotta go take a nap. That's what you need. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I totally didn't understand what he was saying that happened.
I think he basically just
when you
said in
cross
order for
over.
us to get the Constitution scores that we just lost back, we have to take a long rest.
Yeah.
So what
Hopefully.
did I miss? I ran to the restroom as well, and then I came back and I got the message asking if I would save
So
the
okay,
FDIS if need be.
so I'm back. I told you guys that going through makes you suffer 7 points of damage, and permanently, as far as I know, takes your Constitution score down by 1, which means it reduces your maximum life. Meaning you permanently lose life. But he kind of just told us as he was getting up to go pee that once we get a long rest, we hopefully get those back. So I looked, and I think you are the healthiest one, even HP currently right now. So if he doesn't come back in 4 minutes, that's kind of an indication that shit hit the fan in the other room. So somebody needs to go in there and help him.
I see.
And you do not have your spirit guardians up right now because it's been 10 minutes.
Wonderful.
But that doesn't mean that if he
You
doesn't come
have
back
to
in
help
4 minutes,
Cephas.
you could cast your spirit guardians and then go in. So as soon as you pop in, your spirit guardians are like right there.
Do they follow though?
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, they're centered on her.
Right, but she's teleporting. Like, would they teleport with her?
I assume so. I don't know. I guess it always
I-
just
I would
I
hope so.
I just hate having to use spells without being able to
And
consider
then you swinging at shadows.
whatever
otherwise.
else is happening later.
I mean, you don't have to precast. Like, you could teleport in and then, or you could like hold your action and then teleport in.
Yeah. If you're attacked, they would be up here.
Yeah, the thing is, I didn't even want to go in.
I mean, you don't have to go in if you don't want to. We were asking if you.
He's gonna
would.
die in there.
Maybe it's trying to get like contingency plans together. Like, if he can't come back out, would you be willing to go in? Be the first one to go in? Because we would all eventually come in. It's just somebody has to be the first, and we're trying to figure out who would be the best person to go in first. And I think
How do we
you
fight
got
these
brought up
shadow
'cause-
things before?
I think in the tomb under the dragon's burrow den
Beer
thing,
back.
whatever.
Does anyone remember what
Where's
did the most damage? Was it physical or was it more like wizardy magic that was doing the damage to these guys?
I'm gonna guess that it has to be magic damage.
What?
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Shadowy guys, because he was
Oh.
asking when the last time we fought like a shadow.
You know what?
was.
Actually, I
And
said
was
that.
think-
I said that, and actually, I think I misspoke because, I think it's something else. I'm gonna look at it real
What-
fast.
What did we fight in the
Yes,
grave?
yeah. The dragon bearer. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking at.
Because if I remember correctly, I don't think I was doing full damage to it.
What's it? Oh yeah, no, it was different. That was an invisible stalker.
Oh, okay.
That's what that was. Which was fully invisible. I gotta fix my mic here.
Okay.
There we
So
go.
Hannah, did you want to be the first person to go in, or no?
She messaged. She said yes.
I said
She-
yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about casting my spirit guardians. I only have, I don't know. But yeah,
And again, that's only in the case that Chaboy doesn't get back out.
Right.
So
because I can't ritual my spirit guardians.
Leftus, buddy.
Yeah.
4 minutes goes by. The orb is back up, lit. The energy inside is swirling. You approach the crystal, and you can see that as you get closer to it, the shadows stop moving so erratically, and there's a little bit more of like a deadened feeling in the room as you feel that the shadows have all just, sort of stopped. And the ghosts at the ceiling have turned and acknowledged your presence as you are nearing the ore or the crystal. What do you do?
I guess I'd slowly keep edging towards the crystal.
They are witnessing with undead breath.
How far away am I from this crystal now?
Like
Yeah.
you're like
Fast.
almost right there.
Okay, so
Grab it and
I'll
dash.
move to stand next to it.
Okay.
They're still just hovering and not attacking or anything yet.
Yeah, they have not done anything to you, or have moved to you towards you in any aggressive manner.
I'll slash my hand again to get some more blood going.
Okay.
Carry
And
the orb.
once that's the one now.
Can you carry the orb, the teleport orb, with you?
Wait, we should rugby tackle it on the way to it.
No,
Is
I
that
mean
for the best.
like carry the orb over to the crystal. That way, like you don't have to run back to the other side of the room to teleport out.
Oh, I didn't actually think of that.
Like I don't know how big the orb is. Like, just
I mean-
curious.
Well, I just realized I do
Oh,
actually have sending. I guess I scrolled too quickly. It's,
Yeah, you
I
have
don't know.
sending, you just didn't have I think you were looking for message.
Message.
Would there be a way for me to carry that orb without
So-
activating it, considering...
So keep in mind when Smith used it, he cast Mage Hand and Mage Hand just has a limit of 10 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's what you would know. Like, at least, you know, the orb down on that main floor.
Alright, fuck it. So as I'm bleeding,
Uh-huh.
I just grab the thing and just fucking book it to the orb.
Okay.
Lay my hand on it, hoping
The-
to go through.
All
Oh
right.
my god.
The moment you touch the orb, I need you to roll me roll initiative.
Ooh, goody, I get to roll with advantage on that as well.
When you say book it, you mean like you're just running with dash, so that's faster, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I think I've got dash, haven't I? So I can just like.
Yeah, you can
up
dash
there,
as an
hopefully.
action. All right. The moment you touch this, these shadows and ghosts descend upon you.
I'm still running.
Yep.
I'm
I need
still
to
running.
look at some fire, poison, disease, and oh.
Oh wow, okay. I see everything he's in there dealing with.
Yeah, okay. So
I didn't even check.
we're
them.
gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 2 ghosts. Okay. Your AC is 17.
Can I be raging as well before I did this stuff?
Did you want to rage the moment you picked it up?
Yeah.
Okay. I will let you do that. So that's
Kind of gonna help, but
that's 1 hit. So you rage as you cut your hand, and in the same movement you grab the crystal. The moment you lay your hand on it, you feel that surge, you feel that rage, that surge go through your body. You grab this crystal, shadows on the walls just descend upon you, peeling away from them. They look like this for what it's worth. They start to envelop you, wrap around you, and pull at you. You don't feel anything for the first 3, but when the 4th one hits you, it starts to wrap around you. You feel this coldness about you. You take 13 points of necrotic damage, which unfortunately, your rage does not protect you against. And on top of that, say that again.
I didn't think it'd be helping me out, to be honest.
And on top of that, I need you to reload your character sheet.
What?
Oh, wait a second. You son of a bitch.
What?
Hold on.
Before, how long has it been? Time-wise?
It's only been like 6 seconds since it's blipped up.
Oh, okay, good.
Been a rough 6 seconds.
Well, because I wanted to have more detail on exactly what they saw in that whenever, before I go in and decide what I want to do.
Now you see why I'm angry? You son of a bitch. All right. Fucking hell. I did not take that in consideration. All right. The two ghosts. That's a hit. And that is a miss. Actually, no, they're flanking you, so that would be a hit. That is going to be 17 and 19 points of necrotic damage.
Oh,
You're down to 2 hit points, buddy.
oh
But
my
it's-
Oh
lord.
boy.
But it's your turn.
How far away is this portal thing?
25 feet. You don't have to dash, and you would still have your action to interact with the orb.
Careful
Alright, I'm
of
going straight for the
opportunity
orb.
attacks.
Do I have much choice?
I mean, you could
Disengage.
you can use disengage, because interacting, you're not like using an item when you simply place your hand on the orb, because that's what activates it. So you can
Okay, so it's not an
disengage.
action to use it.
Right.
Alright, disengage, book it to the orb and get through, hopefully.
All right.
Or someone's gonna have to come and get me.
So from the room down below, you see the orb pop to life. A few seconds goes by, nothing yet. Suddenly, you all feel a shiver about you. Smith, you feel when you have that when you have this cast, your detect magic, you see the tether that is connecting that wall of force to the crystal slightly move as you feel that chill, and you all hear this like right above you as Cephas is pounding across this room, and he reappears in front of all of you from out of the orb. You have you have the crystal in your hand, and Smith, you can still see that the tether is connected to it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was just ordering dinner and I kind of the tether to what? What is the tether to?
The tether is the magical piece of energy that connects the wall of force to the crystal.
The wall of force, which is where?
Which is the thing that is in the hatch that you looked at that stops you guys from going downstairs.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Yep.
Okay. Is he being chased?
As you jump through there, after a few seconds, does anybody say anything to to Cephas as soon as he pops through?
I mean, is he like beaten and?
Oh, shit! Actually, Cephas, my boy.
The 7.
The 7 hit points.
Oh, yeah.
You put your hand on. Actually, yeah. Let me describe this a little bit more appropriately. You put your hand on this orb. The moment you do, you feel yourself drained as that last bit of health is sucked out of you. Go ahead and take those. Go ahead and take those 2 point or those 7 points of damage,
5.
which is going to down
Does that
you.
down him? Okay.
It does down him, but you are downed in the room with everyone else. So everyone else, like I said, I forgot about those 7 hit points. You hear this. Boom, boom, boom. Smith, your detect magic is showing that tether that is connecting the wall of force to the crystal moving, and then suddenly it blips as you all see Cephas come through, his body limp, the magical arcane energy that flows through him normally just not there. It is as if he is completely unconscious and non-responsive.
I'll rub my hands together.
No,
As
don't
soon as
cast
he-
a spell.
Why?
Because I'm gonna give him a potion. Save your spell slot.
Oh, okay.
I am gonna use my superior healing potion and force feed it to him,
Okay.
which is 8d4
Okay.
plus 8.
Do you want to roll that, Seftus?
Yeah, if you want me to. What was it, 8d4? Did you say?
8d4 plus
Yeah.
8. All right. So you are you have 25 hit points. You are back up with 25 hit points as your arcane energy starts to flow once again. You guys see you guys saw as he was laying here when you turned him over, you saw the crystal in his hand. You saw that little fire that burns within him was like slowly diminishing, more and more as soon as you saw him. Zash, you pull out this potion, you ratchet open his mouth a little bit and you pour it in, and as soon as you do, you see the magic from it beginning to flow through him, filling those arcane tubes and pathways through him that give Warforged substance. And Seftus, you're back up with 25 hit points.
Okay, I'll just turn to Zash and just thank him for the potion.
No problem, buddy.
Stagger away.
I was getting ready for my revivify.
Do you realize that you wouldn't have made that if I didn't heal you before I left?
I know, that would have been.
If I didn't heal you for the 10 hit points before I teleported back there, you wouldn't have made that. Do you guys think should we shatter this crystal to drop the force
I feel
field?
like we should try to destroy it somehow.
I want to say it this way, as you're, Seftus, you're sort of like, there on the ground looking up, in this moment, you see the faces of two angry ghosts starting to phase through the floor towards you. I need everybody else to roll initiative.
Other effort. Oh.
It's only 2 ghosts.
No, but I wanted to
That we
do my
know of.
spirit guardians.
I know. You'll have plenty of time.
You need me to roll again, Lucas? Or am I good?
No. We're just going to keep yours because I'm just I'm rolling with what the initiative already was.
Said, you know what? As soon as he heals him, I'm gonna cast my spirit guardians because I knew something like this would happen. Forget it. Next time I'm just doing it.
Well,
Spirit guardians galore.
All right. So, yeah, in this moment, you heal Seftus. It's like you see the crystal in his hand. Nylor starts to say, "Should we shatter this?" That is the point at which Seftus, looks up at the ceiling. You see these faces starting to come through, and Luna, you look at where his gaze is going, and you see these 2 ghostly faces.
Why am I first?
Because you rolled a 19. So you're top of the order. Go ahead and whatever you want to do.
So the moonbow shoots magic. We
The
determined
moonbow
now.
the moonbow is magical for the point of competing against immunities and resistance. Yes.
I've never fought a ghost before. I'd probably just shoot it with my moonbow. I don't think any of my spells would be good for this.
All right, so you're just taking 2 attacks against it with your moonbow?
Yep.
Okay.
Radiant damage. Crap.
Oh, if you expend a spell slot.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's a nat 20. Good job. Go ahead and roll for your second, or go ahead and roll damage. So, we're gonna go with the first one because that's what we always do. So it's going to be, 6 plus 8. So we're looking at 14 points damage. Are you attacking 1 or 2?
Oh, you mean You mean
Which one of the ghosts?
what? Where are
Ghost
they?
1 or Ghost 2?
Oh, I see. Ghost 2, I guess.
Okay. All right.
And then
Your second
the
attack?
second attack. Oh, 18. Nice.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage.
Ugh.
All right, 5 points. Go.
How do I make that a, um oh, when I hit a creature, I can use a spell slot to do 2d8 radiant.
Yeah, so basically you're just when you want to use that, you simply say I'm using a spell slot to deal an additional 2d8 radiant damage.
Can I make that one my favorite foe?
Yeah.
So I can do the 1d6.
Yes. Just remember to make sure you state that whenever
I did.
you. Well, I'm saying before you were to attack.
Sorry.
It's all good.
You mean from that?
Like once you hit it, yeah.
But I did hit it on my first hit.
Right, I was just saying, I just didn't know if it was like on the first hit or on the second one. But yeah, did you want to do the 2d8 radiant damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because I don't know how to fight ghosts. I'm just lost. Where are my spells?
On the tab that says spells, and then you can choose any one of your spell slots to do, and it's 2d8 per spell slot. Okay. So you deal 5 extra points of radiant damage. There we go. Smithereeny, you, as this is all happening, you see Iluna aim up to the ceiling as you see these two ghostly figures coming through, and she lets fly 2 arrows into the one, a shower of sparks from the radiant energy she emits from her one arrow. Your mic. Oh, there you go.
Oh. Is using the friendship bracelet an action? A bonus action?
It's a bonus action, yeah.
And then can I do Rad Strike as my bonus action?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Or
can.
did I?
Yeah, no, you can use that. So that'll give Albina her next weapon attack is going to deal an extra 1d8 radiant damage.
Wait. It's 2 charges. Okay.
Yep.
Fire chromatic orb level 2.
Okay.
Ugh.
Ooh.
9.
Fortunately, that misses. Not by much, though. I don't know if you have any inspiration points.
Wait. I do not.
Okay.
Wait, can I use will for that?
Can you do what?
My cosmic omen. Sorry for that.
Yeah, if you want.
So that is a d6 that I could add to it for him.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll that d6 there, Nylor.
Adds a 4.
That is going to turn into 13, which hits.
So what's going on?
Nylor used his cosmic omen to give you good fortune, redirecting your bolt so that it hits. Go ahead and roll the damage. Jeez. And which one were you attacking?
The one that Elena attacked.
Okay. With a burst of flame, you see the ghost disapparates.
Nice.
Somehow into bones and blood.
Damn.
All right. Nylor.
Okay, again, sorry for that.
Your favorite foe.
all good, man.
Is it first of all? Is it dark in here?
I mean, it's only you guys all have dark vision, so
Except the
There are
humans.
windows. Too,
no,
so.
there are windows, but no, literally all of you have dark vision.
Oh. We don't have a human. What was I thinking? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and.
Well, actually, only one of you wouldn't, which is Cephas, but he has the goggles of night.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and wild shape and turn it and do what is it called? The chalice form.
Okay.
So that whenever I heal someone, I could heal someone else as well.
Okay.
And then that's my action to shift.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Oh my god, the dog. I'm gonna cast a 3rd level healing word on myself,
Okay.
which is 10. And then
Okay.
I'm going to use the chalice benefit on Cephas, which I think is 1d8.
I believe that is correct. 1d8 plus 3.
1d8, okay. Okay, you get 11 more. No, 9.
9.
9 more
Yeah.
health Cephas.
Cephas is healed for 9 points.
Thank you very much.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Then it's going to be Albina's turn. You see this ghost is coming down out of the ceiling towards you.
Yeah, I think she'll go ahead and cast her spirit guardians, but
Okay.
let's
Um,
I'm gonna
did-
make 'em-
Mad strike.
Yeah. Did
Oh
you?
wait, it's for a whole minute.
Yeah, it's for a whole minute. Yep. So yeah, keep that in mind.
Wait a
You
minute.
so you saw you saw whenever Iluna attacked, you saw her like look over at you, and both of your bracelets started glowing for that moment. And you see one of the beads on there is now glowing with like radiant energy, and you sort of feel like a slight surge of radiant energy in the
And
hand that
that's-
you wield your weapon.
Oh.
So
And
your
any of the weapons, like, because I don't think they're radiant
so it's
damage.
what it is your next weapon attack deals an extra 1d8 radiant damage on a hit.
I mean, you
So
can use what you want, but that's
Yeah.
just
so if you
extra
attack
if you use a
yeah,
weapon.
if you attack
I
this
see.
ghost with your Goblin's Bane, then it would deal an extra 1d8 radiant damage.
But it's still
Don't
up to
you have
you.
like?
It's just
Don't you have like
buff.
a channel divinity that makes you do more damage too?
She has a channel divinity that turns undead.
Yeah. Oh my girl.
She's a cleric.
Destroy. That's right. Do it. Destroy undead. I never had a chance to use all these, so let me see. Albina's just taking a moment. There's a ghost flying down. Let me see here.
Fine.
Oh yeah, take your time. It's not like
Today.
not like giant massive horde of ghosts.
So what would I do to do the turn undead? Because I know I have that.
You
but-
just use an action to present your holy symbol, which would be your shield or something like that, and you speak a prayer, censoring the undead. So any undead within 30 feet that can hear you must make a wisdom save, and if it fails, it is turned for a minute, which means it has to spend its turn moving as far away from you as possible, and it cannot willingly move closer. Now, as you level up, you get the ability to do destroy undead, but I will say, if you want to use this, you will turn it. You cannot destroy this thing at your level.
I see. So I'll just like kind of grab my shield off my back and just like slam it down in front of me and say my little prayer.
Okay.
And then what do I do? What do I
So now the ghost has to make a
use?
wisdom save contested against your spell save DC, which is 14. which meets it beats it. So you present your symbol and it just hisses at you. But it is still diving forward at you.
And so that's my action.
That is your
I don't
action.
select
You have a
anything
bonus.
here.
You have a bonus action, so you
I
could
choose my channel divinity for that, or no?
Yeah, so what you're gonna do
One of them.
is you're gonna click that you used one of your channel divinities.
Okay.
But again, you still have your bonus action. You could cast a spell, you can expend a use, or that's your war priest stuff. But yeah, you could cast a spell that's a bonus action, Shield of Faith, Rescue, Spiritual Weapon, whatever you want to do. If you want to do that. I know spell slots are a resource.
That's right. It's not a. Well, I'm just gonna forge my elemental weapon.
You're gonna
The
forge out.
cantrip.
You're gonna do the forge elemental weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. What element around you are you forging this from?
I was kind of hoping some of whatever that lava was in Septis was laying around.
Sure. We'll say that you can forge a fire weapon with a little bit of Septis's flame.
Guts, whatever
Yeah.
on the ground. Yeah.
So for the duration, because I think this is the first time you've actually ever cast this. So basically, the way that this cantrip works, because this is a homebrew cantrip, a little bit of the blood, the lava blood from Septis, you look over at it, you put your hand out, you begin to cast this, and you see that it begins to shape into a weapon. Now, obviously, it cannot be a heavy weapon, it can't be two-handed, it is a one-handed weapon. So I know that you have an axe. What is the shape of this weapon?
We're just gonna make it like a scimitar.
Okay, so yeah, you form this scimitar out of this blood lava, and you can see that it is set ablaze. So for the duration, which is actually until you cast it again or until you let go of the weapon, you have this flaming scimitar in your hand, which on your turn you can make an attack using it, which, as you can tell, it's a +6 to hit and deals 2d8 points of fire damage.
Oh, cool.
Right, so that would be your turn. It is the ghost's turn. As it is going to come down and it is angry with Septis, because that our Warforged buddy is holding tight to that crystal.
Sure.
All right, Septis. That is going to hit with a 19, and you are going to take 20 points of necrotic damage. And it is floating in space right above you. It is within melee range. I do just want to state that, and it is appropriately Septis' turn.
First thing I want to do, can I take a healing potion?
Okay. Again, as always in my campaigns, those are bonus actions.
Good homebrew rule change.
What was that, Zash?
I said that's a good rule change.
Yeah.
I think action for a potion is so stupid.
Yeah. I do too.
But you gotta uncork it.
All right. You are healed for 5.
Well, it was +2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. No, that was my bad. Yep. Sorry.
Okay, cool. And yeah, I'll just swing away with a greatsword.
All right.
Oh my god. Alright, finally. There we go. That is crap.
That hits.
That is?
Yeah, I mean it's a ghost. It's not actually that hard to hit. Funny enough. So, yeah. All right. So that is, and this is a magic weapon. So that is the basic damage. Go ahead and roll the 2d6 for the flaming damage. Sure. And your second attack, I assume?
Yep.
That also hits. Okay, and then the flaming damage. Okay. Hey, Steve, real fast. I just want you to, I want to try something real fast because I actually don't know if it's going to do it right. Right click the damage for the volcanic greatsword, change that to crit damage, and then roll. I want to see if it does it the way I assume it would.
Okay.
Is that what it did? Oh, okay. Well, that's poop. What? So if you hit crit damage and then roll... Oh, yeah. Hit crit damage and then roll. Make sure you don't click off of it first, though.
Okay, I might have done that.
So yeah, right-click it, hit crit damage. Yeah. So if you do that in the future... if you do that in the future, it'll roll everything for you. This way you don't have to do two separate rolls.
Cool. Like that.
Yeah, this ghost is not in good shape. Zash, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna...
I just realized I never actually had anybody in place.
I'm just gonna go up to it and pop it.
Okay.
Albina just does what she wants. She's like, I'm standing right in the middle.
She's like, I'm unbound from reality. Oh, you melee character.
A natural 13.
Okay, it's gonna hit.
And what is my plus to hit? 8?
Yes, 8.
And a 12.
Okay, they'll both hit.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
I'm
I
not.
just rolled 2 ones. So, 6 damage on the first hit.
Uh-huh.
And, oh my god. 7 on the second. Is
Oh,
it still standing?
I mean, it never was standing.
Is it still floating?
No. It is dead.
Wow.
Double dead?
I rolled 3
Double
ones and a 2.
Jeez. Yeah, no, you see you see the moment you slash through it with those, like you feel that being that it doesn't really have a corporeal form, it is on the material plane right now, but like, you know, it is definitely still, your hand is just going through it, but you feel that your hand has raked through enough energy, and in fact, you almost see like a shift of light inside of it, to like a slightly darker shade, as you're slashing through it, almost as if your claws are like emitting a shadow behind them as you claw through this thing.
Cool. Okay.
All right. They are dead, and their incorporeal forms are just poofed out of existence. You guys have free
Does
action.
that mean they become alive if they were already undead and then they become dead?
Yes. To everything. They have transcended existence. They have no matter can ever be created nor destroyed. Matter is always an infinite, and they simply become energy for the void.
Nice.
This
I'm gonna just
Blood
forge another elemental weapon. I'm
mark.
just kidding.
What were you saying? What were you saying, Stacey?
this blood mark on the floor, As far as we're aware, does it look complete?
No, it looks exactly as it does. There are like parts of it that are missing and
Oh,
stuff.
incomplete. Because I
Uh,
was gonna say, if it looked complete, we know at this point, right? We could make it look incomplete and it would stop working.
Well, again, nothing that you guys interacted with had to do with that circle in the ground.
We won't know that. Why
Well,
would we
true,
know
but I
that?
mean, yeah, like I said, like nothing that you guys did, you know, there did not seem to be any influence between them. Because you guys have seen an arcane circle. You guys saw the teleportation circle and how it, like, you know, lit up and glowed.
But we don't want anything to come through it, though. We don't want whatever does interact with it to.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to go through and
What?
the arcane circle on the ground, if it would be a teleportation, which you guys do not know that.
I mean, destroying it could cause something to happen.
It's true.
I would assume.
That's why I was asking if it looked complete or incomplete from our.
Would we even be able to discern that?
Well, I mean, there's nothing, there's no magic tied to it. Smith would have detected that the moment he walked into the room.
Okay. So, what's happening with this crystal?
Yep, that was gonna be my question. What are you guys doing with that crystal in Seftish's hand? Smith, you can still see. Smith, you can still see the tether is connected to the downstairs.
Do you guys want to take a short rest while he like identifies the crystal?
Yes, please.
Because I know Seftis is hurting really bad. Nylar's probably pretty low too.
Yeah, I am. Are we in agreement? Is everyone okay with us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then we just roll.
But that's why I was sort of asking if we looked at the crystal.
1d8 plus 3 for
we're
me.
certain it's still active.
Crystal is still active. Smith can definitely see that 100%. Hannah, if you during this short rest, you can go into you can click short rest. You can click as many dies as you would wish to roll for to gain that many amount of hit points. So like if you wanted to roll 2d8 plus 3 for each, so 2d8 plus 6, you can do that. You don't have to use all of them. You can use as many as you want though, up to your total, which is 7.
So I don't think it did anything for me.
So mark off how many you want to use. So how many do you want to use?
1.
Okay. So now what you're going to do is you are going to hit take short rest, hit confirm.
And
all right, and then
relevant abilities have been reset.
Right, which means you get back your channel divinity.
Oh, okay.
And now go down into the die roller on the bottom left, click 1d8, and then go ahead and roll that. And just keep in mind to add 3 to that with it. And that goes for everyone.
Does this do anything?
And I can't put plus 3 on there, so I just roll it and then.
Right, you just roll 1d8 and then just add 3. What were you saying, Tony?
Anything with the Constitution debuffs or no?
Oh, good call.
How am I? I don't know why my D&D Beyond is so slow.
You guys, I will say that, yes, you guys can heal up to what your current maximum is, but you still feel weak. So the thing is,
anyone who went through though.
Yeah. It's only going to be Nylar and Seftis that have this. So the hit points that you lost, the 14 hit points, those can be recovered through the short rest. But the Constitution score, that is not yet.
Okay.
Okay. Did we want to like identify the crystal and see if that gives us a lead on what to do with it, or should I just drop it out the window? Like, what do you guys want?
That's what I say. Are we
Just
going to try to destroy it or like use it to just follow the energy and just?
we know where
I
it's
imagine
going.
destroying it seems. Yeah, but the other side, maybe it'll just turn itself off. But I feel destroying it, if we could think we can do it, might be the better option. It's just, we stepped on a rug and, who knows what's going to happen if you try to destroy a crystal.
I think,
Well,
the
I
best,
mean,
I think the best course of action is for Smith to cast identify, see if it's going to do like 10d10 force damage if it blows up or something.
Steve, did you restore any of your hit points on?
Yeah, I just need a hand what I need to roll. I don't think I've done a short rest and restored health before. What is it I need to roll?
So what it is you get 1d12 plus 2 per die that you do it. So if you're doing all of them, or however many you have, because when you click short rest, it'll show how many you have left to use. You can mark off as many of those as you want up to your maximum, and then you just roll the 1d12 plus 2 for each one.
But we can do them one at a time, though, right?
Oh, wait, 1 second. So what'd you say, Steve?
So I just need to use like the 1d12 and then just click it like to roll it 7 times essentially if I'm using all the slots.
Yeah, you can, if you want to use all 7 of yours, you can just pull up the die roller, click the d12 7 times, and then you're just going to add 14 to that.
Okay, but can he not just do them one at a time?
I mean, he can.
I rolled really high. If he rolls really high a couple of times.
Sure, I mean it's up to him how he wants to do it. I don't.
7, but that's what
I don't care how he does it.
One at a time.
Okay. So there is.
That's a great roll.
There is 38.
Oh my God, you get D12s?
Yeah, he's a barbarian, and that's automatically going to be with plus. That's automatically going to be with plus 14. So I believe that puts Cephas
He's max.
Up to max hit points. Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
I didn't know they get D12s.
Yeah.
Do Pallias get D12s too?
No, paladins I believe get D10s because it's only barbarians that get D12s.
Oh, hot damn. Okay.
Yep. Chonky boys, them barbarians. Plus they also just have like their second highest ability is generally their constitution, which means that their hit points are just through the roof in most cases.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome.
Okay, so I believe everybody but Nylor is up to max HP.
I'm off by
And I can't get
Yeah.
since I healed 11, I can't get like one temporary. It just heals me completely, right?
Right.
That's
You
somehow- okay.
right. You just only ever go up to what your max is. From there, it's unfortunately you stop earning
That's okay. No, I just want to make sure.
How does
That's
that
awesome.
work for Iggy?
Iggy is a good call. Iggy is a 6th level character. He has 66, so I'll roll. And you know what? Let me just roll those last 2.
Oh my gosh.
He got 13, and I believe he had 10, so he should be up to 23.
Yeah.
Cool. Good call. Forgot about Iggy.
You didn't get 7th level?
No, he is always
He's
one
6
level lower.
behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Okay, so what are you guys doing with the crystal?
Is Smith gonna identify it?
Was that that was the plan, Smith?
Yeah.
Can I look at it and do a history check? I don't know if that'll help it at all.
I mean, the history check, you can definitely, I mean, if you want to figure out if you've ever seen anything like this,
Nothing. It's
I mean, that's the
okay.
thing. History checks is more about like, events,
If
people,
I've ever
places, stuff
okay.
like that.
So it'll be
if
Arcana always then, in that
Ar-
case.
Arcana is like, can you recall information about a spell, an item, a symbol, like magical, like the schools of magic and stuff like that. So being able to identify it and like what it does, generally for items, you either have to attune to it, which can come with its own penalties because it could be cursed, or casting identify or detect magic or something like that. So yeah, Smith, did you ritual cast that?
Sure, I'm more in favor of just throwing it against the wall, but yeah, I can use identify on it.
I just imagine
throwing against the wall.
I just love the concept that you guys are sitting here, for this like hour healing up after these fights, and it's like I just imagine Smith is like sitting there going through the process of ritually casting identify and is like, yeah, Smith, go ahead and cast ritual cast identify. I mean, we could just smash it, but no, let's cast identify. I mean, we can smash it. Like, we got a giant robot here that can just crush things with his hands, but no, let's see what it does.
What the arcane arts is telling me is it's acceptable to being stomped on.
So Smith, once you cast identify, this is the key to the force, the wall of force that leads into the basement. Either you know that this thing is the power source by which that is being activated. So whether it is dispelled or destroyed, you imagine both will do a similar effect of taking away that door's power. Or that wall of force.
So smashing it will do the trick?
You believe so.
Uh-huh.
So, do we want to shut the door in case it's all actually blocking something from coming up to us as well? So we're prepared for something to storm up through. It might not just be protecting us from going down.
I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
Wait, what's your question?
She's saying, do you guys want to go down and shut the hatch in case something tries to come up once he dispels that?
Be prepared for
Or once
something
it's
to
destroyed.
come up just in case the wall isn't blocking us from going down, but blocking something from coming up.
If you guys want, you guys can go down and like stand ready by the hatch in case something comes up, and I can just chuck this thing out the fucking window and then come down.
Are you sure that if you
Will it
out
break?
the window,
It'll land on grass.
Yeah, it might not be
It's
reinforced.
Isn't there like a stone area outside the door?
Yeah, there's a there's a little like like porch right on the front.
But that's the front, and the windows are on the east and west.
Are they?
There's there's windows. There's windows over here.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I could always climb the tower and then just jump off because monk.
It's up to you.
Smash it right on the. I mean, it's stone.
Oh, isn't the
I
monk
don't know.
fall thing like 5 times my level?
Is it 5 times your level? Yes it is. You could reduce any fall damage, so I would still roll.
So 35 feet, right?
No, it's that I would still roll for the amount of damage you would take. It's just whatever that is would be reduced, and it's 1d6 per 10 feet, so like it'd be minimal.
Well, does Smith sense the crystal would explode and harm us or anyway? Or is that not something he can
No, he just like he knows that it's not being affected by something that is going to explode out. It's just a power source for the wall.
Okay, then why wouldn't we just smash it here?
Okay, let's smash it.
Ooh. Yeah, Septus. Honestly, while they're discussing this, like, you're holding this thing, you're looking at this thing, you had it in your hand before, you think you can just crush that thing with your hands.
Yep, I just go ahead and just like smash it.
It's not gonna be that difficult, but I just need you to make a strength check.
And make a save.
Oh,
Health saving.
were
No, I'm
we
just kidding.
continuing? I forgot.
Constitution save.
Plan
You're dead. No.
to expect something to come running up at us. I kind of forgot that.
Too late
Did-
now.
Alright.
I guess
No.
we'll
Now
save it.
everyone
Seth-
make your
Seth-
savings throw.
Seftis, acting impulsively, just grabs it out of Smith's hands, takes it, crushes it in his grasp. You see bits and pieces of the crystal falling through his fingers. Smith, as he's doing this, you watch the innate magic stored within this crystal just diminish. The evocation magic that's in it begin to just diminish, and that tether just breaks and wisps into nothingness.
And I make a crystal scimitar with it.
I mean, technically, you could make a slashing weapon out of it. It wouldn't be I mean, it would only be just the effects of the spell.
Yeah,
but
just-
technically, like that's one of the things about that forge elemental weapon is piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning is all a thing in there. So like, I had thought of like using glass to make a slashing weapon. But Smith, you can also tell that the evocation magic that was below you, that is now gone. So you believe that the wall of force is now dissipated.
I'll let the group know that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go trotting down the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Does everybody else go down with him?
I do.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I do.
Abby will just go at
Yeah.
the end,
Okay.
holding on to the
Be enough.
scimitar she has.
Yeah, you
So,
guys. Yep.
Iluna would definitely ready her weapon.
Okay,
I
that's
mean,
understandable.
We have no idea what might come up out of that damn hatch.
No, so what kind of I was serious about forging whatever that was, but
Oh,
I just
yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah, if you want to
What
do
kind
that,
of
like I
weapon?
said, if you want to forge the crystal into a weapon, basically you just recast forge elemental weapon at that, and it becomes a one-handed melee weapon that deals slashing damage.
Nice.
Yep.
Slashing.
So there you go. All right, so Zash, you look down through the hatch. What do you do to see if the portal is still there?
Gonna take out the extension staff and poke and see if
Yep.
it's gone.
You pull out the collapsing pole and you put it down there, and you extend it the entire way down, and it goes down to the stone floor.
Alright, I'll use the pole to jump down.
All right, like a fireman in action, you slide down the pole,
Fireman.
and
That's not what I meant, but
it's not sexual.
and you made it that way.
Sure. And you land down in a room that has a few burning sconces on. Well, not burning. They are lit. They're lit via some form of magic. And as soon as you get down there, like I said, this is you're down in the cellar. There's no visible exits. You can see that the ladder going back up. There's a bookshelf that is on the north side of the room that is covered in rubble. And that's really all you can see, as soon as you get down there. Beyond there's some crates and barrels in there as well.
That's a
So
good
just
story.
some-
I'm
Is
gonna
this
jump around
supposed-
after him.
To be on
Okay.
the map?
Yes, it is just down to the left.
Oh,
Okay.
I had to move it around.
Does everybody go down?
Now.
Huh.
One quick question: are there any more bananas around here?
The banana ladder was upstairs, and with the amount of time that passed, like they went like they shriveled up into what looks like, you know, charred bear penis.
Oh,
Just
You know what?
curious
Rafa
how
doesn't
you
want
know
any of
what
that.
looks like.
Bear penis? They kind of look like
yes.
Charred.
I
mean,
don't want to know
charred
what it
version
looks like. I'm just
especially.
asking how you know what charred bear dick looks like.
I've seen a picture of it before. Sorry, it's what I equate, like what I imagine, you know, an almost infinitely aged, withered old banana might look like.
How?
All right. Well, I'll be in this lake, man. Drats. I wanted to get you
Yeah.
some more food, Rafa. Sorry.
So, just for example, just for purpose, that I'm going to make that a spell leader where the component is a banana, and you have to plant it in the ground, and a 20-foot ladder springs into existence and lasts for an hour.
Okay, I thought
Nice.
you meant shriveled bear penis.
Actually, I'm gonna say
I thought
10
you meant
minutes.
that too.
I'm gonna say 10 minutes, and it's gonna be called
That's what he'll call it.
the Ladder of Chiquita.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
So, Zash went down.
Yep.
I guess Iluna would just shout
Yeah,
at him.
I went down too.
If it seems safe, then
It's
Neither.
just the cellar.
Smith went down.
yeah, I would follow as long as it seemed.
Yep.
I mean, what else are we gonna do? Leave?
Taking into account everybody moving down here, you
Oh.
all make. Yep.
Make Constitution save.
Yeah. No. You all make your way into the cellar. As I said before, there are some magically lit sconces on the walls. There's another bookshelf on the north side of the room. There is a couple of barrels on the eastern side of the wall and some crates on the bottom side.
Detect magic? See anything?
The only thing that you get from detect magic, and it's very faint, and it sort of gives you the understanding of why you didn't sense it upstairs. But you can tell that the sconces are very faint evocation magic, which you almost instantly recognize that they're like permanently enchanted with the light spell.
Is
Okay.
there's nowhere else to go? Like we don't see any door or anything.
You just, like I said, it does not. It appears that, like, other than the ladder up, there is not like another door or staircase or anything like that.
Can I explore? Because like
No.
this is being guarded for some reason. There has to be
Yeah.
something down here.
Oh,
Are there, like, scuff marks around the bookshelf?
if anybody would like to roll some
Yeah, I mean-
investigations, be my
I'm
guest.
investigating.
investigation.
Sure.
Let's
Wait,
see, that's a natural
perception-
13.
What would perception detect that's different than investigation?
So the difference between
16.
investigation and perception is perception would be you walk into a room, you roll a perception check, and you peer around the room. You can see that there's a desk, a chair, a chest, a cabinet, and a coat rack with a coat and a hat on it. If you wanted to go up to see the chest and see if this chest had a symbol on it or something like that, that is the investigation. You are investigating something far more specific. So perception is how much of your surroundings can you take in? And because there's nothing impeding you, there's no darkness, and everything is sort of right out here in the open, the perception check was already made. It was your passive perception contested against really a 0, because you walked into the room and I gave you the sconces, the ladder, the bookcase, the barrels, and the chests. Or not the chests, the crates. Investigation would be if you wanted to go up and look at the bookcase, if you wanted to go through the barrels, if you wanted to go through the crates. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah,
like I said,
would want to investigate.
I rolled a 16, by the way.
okay. So what is everyone investigating? Because everyone is sort of, checking around.
I am investigating the bookcase.
Okay.
I'll
I
check
think
inside
this
the
big
crate.
I'll check
Scooby
out the
Doo's.
barrels.
Okay. Iluna?
Well, it was gonna be the bookcases.
I mean, there's only 3
three
things in here to explore, so you can each all take 2,
I
or,
know.
you know.
I'll go with Zash.
Okay.
Even though I don't think I did
I would-
got much there.
Nah, not too much. But it's alright.
You moved me, but that's
Oh, sorry.
fine.
My bad.
Sorry, I was answering when you asked her.
It's fine. I already was planning on doing the bookcase,
Smith?
so now there's 3 of us up here for some.
Oh, that's the bookcase? Yeah, I guess that is. I don't
Yeah.
know. I
I'll say
thought that was
bookcase as
something
well.
else.
Oh,
Alright.
We're all
So-
okay. If that's really
You know,
gonna
if
be
that's the case, I'm gonna just say I'm
I mean,
just gonna go with Nylor.
Okay, that's fine. Again, I'm...
I don't want to be with you,
You
guys.
guys,
Go
I
away.
don't care. You
Why
guys
don't
can
we
all,
all
you
go
guys
to
can
the
all
bookcase?
explore this.
You
You guys
can
can all
all go
explore it.
away.
Actually,
I'm...
Lucas, I'm leaving the tower. I'm done with this. I'm going back to Phandalin.
All right, you're going back to Oh man, oh
Yeah.
Phandalin.
Phandalin. Bye.
Jesus Christ.
No,
Simpler
don't say it like
times.
Don't.
Yeah, simpler
mean-
times, buddy. Simpler times.
Mhm.
Poor Phandalin.
There's no poor. It's fine. Everybody's fine.
All right. So Nylor and Albina, you guys start going through the crates that are there. Seftis is going through the barrels. And the 3 of you are going through the bookcase. Seftis, I need you, buddy, to roll me a
Oh,
D4. As for the bookcase, you guys start going through this. And
I am.
thank you, bud. As you are going through it, you start finding different books in here. You start pulling them out, looking at them. Some of the titles are The Secret Passage, Hidden Doors, How to Hide a Lair, The Switch.
Yeah,
So-
just to make it clear, I wasn't looking through the books.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
looking
You
for
were
a
looking
way
at the
to move
floor,
This, 'cause I think this bitch Scooby Doo.
Yeah, as you dig through the rubble, there are very clear indications that this bookcase can slide out. And
Nice.
on top of that, as the 3 of you are going through this, you can also hear, as you're like, as like, I'm going to say, especially Zash, but because the other 2 are elves, you guys are able to hear the faint sound of chanting coming from behind it. It does not take you guys very long at all to realize that, there is something behind this, and with the investigation checks, Smith, you are, looking around the case. You eventually reach your hand up onto the top of it, and you find there's like a little lever up there that you imagine might open this. But before that, Nylor and Albina, 2 of you are going through these crates. And as you do, in the one, you actually find a potion that you recognize as a potion of healing. And you also find in another one another potion, but one that you have never seen before.
Oh, just gonna look at you. You want to revive me if I drink this?
Don't do that. I'm gonna hand Albina the healing potion. I'm like, you could take this. I already have one. Then I'm gonna walk over to Smith and Iluna and show him this potion and be like, do you either of you guys know what this does?
The 2 of you have never seen it, and I will say it is a potion that has a green liquid inside of it.
We've never seen it.
You've never seen this specific kind. As far as I know, none of you have ever had this in your inventory.
Okay, I'll go ahead and just throw it in my backpack.
Can you just
Okey-doke.
tell me what it is so I
Yeah,
can
but-
double check that?
Yeah,
Maybe-
it is. Yeah, because I was gonna
Would-
tell Nylor
oh.
to add it. I mean,
Can I do some kind of check though, because Iluna spent a lot of time with Adabra, and she makes a ton of potions.
I mean, you can definitely make a nature check if you want.
nature.
Well, actually, no, because this would be like an alchemy check or arcana, because you're trying to determine the effects of a potion, which is a magic item. So yeah, that would be an arcana check.
I was kind of thinking if she remembered from like something she saw in her book, and
Right, which
we're
would be
just talking
recalling. Right, which would be recalling
is it
information
arcana,
about.
not history.
I mean, they're
are
both the
0.
same. You both have a +0 to both of them, so it doesn't really make a difference.
I see. Because arcana would be her innate knowledge. I was just thinking. I rolled history.
Okay.
It seems luckier.
I will say that as Nylor is putting it into his bag, the green to you at least stands out to enough of a degree that you believe it might be a potion of poison resistance. By the way, Tony, add that to your inventory, because that's definitely what it is. But you guys aren't 100% sure, but you think it might be because you saw an illustration of it in Adabra's book when you two spent that day together.
It's been a couple of different days.
But Cephas, you're going through the barrels. As you do,
Oh no.
you pop one of them open, and inside you find an ornately decorated carpet.
No.
Nice.
What? What kind of roll did he get? Let me see this.
He rolled a
Dungeon
d4.
Master, you get some inspiration points.
That's awesome. Savage just pulls it out and just drags it apart and it's like, my rug.
Yeah, it's actually
duplicate.
it's actually, let me see, how big was that one up there? That one up there was 5, 10, 15. So that one up there was like 20 by 15. This one isn't nearly as big. It's basically like big enough that you can stand on it. It's like 4 foot by 6 foot.
Sounds like a pretty good cape to me.
Now it's a cape.
Is this where we're ending it for the night?
Somebody enchant it.
Yes, this is where we're gonna end it for tonight.
I'm gonna hit the button.
No.
Okay, you hit the
door.
button as Cephas. Are you putting this over your shoulders?
For now, yes, I'm gonna wear it around my shoulders.
Love it.
You have
I-
to, you have to,
Flips it.
you have to
That'd
make
be
a new
awesome.
mini. You have to make a new mini with a cape now.
Yeah. Smith, as you pull this open, I have to look something up real fast.
Did Smith give a warning he's gonna pull that? Because
Hell no.
Yes. Here, I had to look
No.
something up. I had to look something up real fast.
No warning.
Smith,
How-
you
How far
press.
is this necromancer?
What's that?
How far is this guy away?
Who, the guy, the thing you hear chanting?
Yeah,
Far enough away that you don't even see him whenever you open it.
more than 30 feet.
Oh yeah, he's definitely farther than 30 feet. Actually, let me get a quick aura on you. Yeah, there's nothing within 30 feet, except as you open this, you see a tunnel extending forward. You can hear the sound of chanting, but as you turn around, you see Cephas standing there with a wonderfully ornate carpet draped over his shoulders, but something about it, it's giving off an aura of transmutation magic. That's where we're going to end it.
No.
I'll be in a cast
Oh,
silence.
no.
Is it a flying rug? Did you give us a flying carpet?
Are you
Are
And
we
why
going
did I
on a
not do this
magical
before
carpet
I
ride?
put this on?
Because I only just put it in there. I'm going to say it's because it was in a barrel that was dampening the magic that also didn't give off some kind of magical aura. I don't know, buddy.
Uh-huh. I should have seen those
You
potions
should have
too, by the
seen
way.
it.
Yeah, I know. You don't think I don't remember that you have that after the fact? I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm ducking out.
All right, Tony.
So
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Good
Yes.
evening.
That's right. Yeah, Tony
have a-
Tony won't be able to make it next session, so.
So I will talk to you guys later.
You
All right,
can
buddy.
roll the
Alright.
necromancer.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Bye.
See you later.
All right.
Right. Yeah. How was Smith saying he should have detected all?
He should have. And you know what? That's so
They-
actually I was in